All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome in to yet another Lions Live watch along with me. My name is Zach Payne. If you're new here, hello, I make Lions content on YouTube and I go live for every single Lions game, such as this week's matchup with the Washington Commanders. A Commanders team that obviously knocked the Lions out of the playoffs last year, so this is a revenge game of sorts. Even if Jayden Daniels is not playing, even if Terry McLaurin is not playing, I want blood. Coming off a loss, I want blood. And for those of you checking it out, we've got a new scoreboard. I decided to spend some time actually redesigning my scoreboard a little bit. It's not too different, but I think it's just a little bit cleaner. Not as, ugly. As we are getting set right away for the Lions-Commanders game to start. The Lions kicking off to start the game for the first time in what feels like forever. Did they win the toss and defer? Because, man, I don't think the Lions have only won one coin toss all year. This is just the second coin toss the Lions have won, and the kick is away from Jake Bates. It'll be fielded at the 5, going to be returned up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and tackled at the 26 by Grant Stewart. And the Lions special teams ready to go as Marcus Mariota takes the field. Here we go, boys. How we feeling? How we feeling for this one? If you're new here, remember to hit like and subscribe to the channel. We've had a ton of growth lately, over 600 subscribers now. We've come a long way this season. As Mariota gets set for 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Like I said, no Jayden Daniels in this one. And he's starting in the pistol. Big jumbo set for the Commanders, and they're going to start with a run up the middle to McNichols. He's going to spin off a tackle, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards. Chris Rodriguez, my apologies. In on that. And we are off and running, folks. So big game for the Lions coming off a loss. Obviously, they do a pretty good job bouncing back, but we just need to look better in all facets. It was a horrible game last week. Need to look better. 2nd and 4. Mariota getting set in the pistol once again. Jumbo formation. The exact same set. He's going to take it. He's going to give it to Rodriguez up the middle again, and he'll pick up about 2 on that play. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 3 for Washington here on this first drive. So this game, it's got to have a much better effort. Part of the struggle defensively was too many easy yards against the Vikings last week. Got to clean up that stuff. So 3rd and a long 2. Mariota in the gun with a back lined up to his right. Mariota. Man in motion at the top of the screen. Takes the snap. Mariota under pressure. He's going to roll left. He's going to look. Throws it deep downfield. And it is incomplete. Looking for Zach Ertz on that play. But he overthrows him. And that is going to be a quick 3 and out for the Commanders. Amik Robertson in on coverage against Ertz on that play. Which is a very bizarre size matchup. But Ertz, decent route running there. But Robertson's obviously a lot quicker. And just like that, Anzalone with a nice hit on Mariota. And we, less than 90 seconds in, get a stop. Good job, boys. Way to be, fellas. Now, hopefully the offense can match that start from the defense, but always love to see that. As the punt is away, Khalif Raymond back to return it. He's going to field it at the 18. He's going to return it up over the 20. And gets tackled. He'll pick up an extra 4 yards on that return. And the Lions offense will take the field. So, big thing in this one. Christian Mahogany on injured reserve. He has a serious leg injury that he suffered last week. Very similar to Aiden Hutchinson's injury a year ago. He is on IR. Probably season ending. However, it's not as severe as Hutchinson's was, obviously. So, there's a chance Mahogany could return late December, early January for the playoffs. However, in the meantime, Coyote Awushika starting at left guard. Penei Sewell, Tay Ratledge, and Taylor Decker all got banged up last week as well. Both Decker and Sewell missed practice time throughout the week, but they are both playing in this one. So that is enormous for the Lions, having both their tackles. I need to see the run game get going. Dan Skipper checking in as an extra offensive lineman. Jumbo set for the Lions is Goff under center with Gibbs in the backfield. Hands it to Gibbs on first down. Makes a cut. Gibbs up the middle, still going, and he'll pick up 9 yards on the first offensive play for the Lions. That's what we like to see. I have a feeling this is going to be a big Gibbs game. Based on just Washington's defense, even in that playoff game, Gibbs was gashing them. I feel like this is a prime Gibbs game. As Gibbs in the backfield once again, Goff under center once again. Although not quite the same jumbo set. 3 receivers in the game now for the Lions. Goff going to give it to Gibbs off the right side. Gibbs gets met at the line, but drags a defender forward for the first down. So 2 plays, 11 yards on the ground for Gibbs. Love to see it. Now, the Commanders do not have Jonathan Allen anymore. The Lions just played him against as he's in Minnesota. So that's a big piece on the interior of this Commanders front. They still have Jaron Payne. They have Javon Kinlaw, who's pretty good. Frankie Louvu's playing in this game. He got a suspension reversed, so that's big for them. 1st and 10 for Goff. He will fake it to Gibbs, and he's going to dump it off in the flat to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's got a lot of room. 1st down and more for St. Brown. He'll pick up around 18 to 20 yards there as the Commanders completely forget about him in the flat. And that's another 1st down for the Lions as they are up at midfield now. Fantastic. Fantastic. And that's what the Lions have to be about. Run the ball, run it effectively to set up the play action. That's what we're about. We're not good behind schedule, but when we're on schedule and running the ball well, this offense is pretty impossible to stop. Montgomery checks into the game now. Gibbs in motion. It's going to be a run to Montgomery off the left side. Montgomery into the crowd, and he'll pick up 4, maybe 5 yards on that 1st down run. Love to see that from the Lions so far. Love it. Setting up a 2nd and about 5. Both running backs still in the game. 21 personnel for the Lions. Goff takes the snap. It's a throw. Dumps it off in the flat to Gibbs with room. Gibbs, 1st down. And he'll get tackled after a gain of 7 by Bobby Wagner. Once again, the Commanders leaving the flats wide open. And Gibbs will take that for an easy 1st down. Good start so far for the Lions. Dan Campbell with the reading glasses on for Dan Campbell. That's a new look. I wonder if Campbell's is getting more involved with the play calling. Gibbs in the backfield. Goff under center. Goff going to take the snap. Give it to Gibbs up the middle. Gibbs makes a man miss. Plows forward for another gain of 5. So far, so good. The Lions' rushing attack on the season, averaging $134 on the ground and 4.5 a carry, only 65 last week on 3.3. Not good enough. As we are getting set for a 2nd down and 5, the Lions at about the Commanders' 35? At the 35. Goff under center, 2 tight ends in the game. Dan Skipper's back in the game, excuse me. Gibbs the back. It's a play action. Goff looking deep down the right side, looking for the end zone for St. Brown. Incomplete. Not a bad attempt by either party. Oh, and St. Brown looks like he got a bit of grass in his face. So the play action, St. Brown running a wheel route. He had half a step, but just not enough room to maneuver. Good coverage by the defensive back Jones. Big hit on Goff by Wagner. That could have been worse. Yeah, Goff felt that one. Yeah, something got in St. Brown's eye. He's a little mad about it. He's perfectly fine, but he's just going to miss a play. 3rd and 5 now for the Lions. Laporta in motion. Goff takes a snap. Blitz coming. Looks right side. Throws it. It's caught. Jameson Williams on the right side. Makes a man miss. And he's down to the 21. Jameson Williams with a 1st down. Getting him more involved is going to be crucial for this Lions offense to regain some of its explosiveness that it's been lacking. Inside of 10 minutes to go, we're ticking down to 9:31, 9:30, 9:29 for anyone who wants to sync up their feed. This first drive for the Lions, so far 8 plays, 57 yards, taking 4 minutes off the clock. So far, so good. 1st down now. from the 21. Goff, under center, takes the snap, gives it to Gibbs, up the middle. Gibbs weaving his way through traffic and into a crowd, and he will pick up 7 yards, we'll call it, setting up a 2nd and 3. Very good running from Gibbs so far on this first drive. Very good blocking up front. Great push from the offensive line. You can tell that they're mad. The offensive line is mad after how poorly they played last week. And there's Johnny Morton, subject of a lot of criticism from myself included. A lot of eyes on him as Goff going to check out into shotgun. Gibbs to his right. 2 receivers in the game. 2 tight ends in the game. 2nd and 3. Goff. And the Commanders are going to call a timeout. Interesting from Washington. That will be their first charged timeout. And that'll give us 30 seconds to go check what's happening around the league. The Seahawks are already taking it to the Cardinals. My boy JSN going crazy already. Love to see that. The Rams are up 7-0. The Bears won. They came back to win against the Giants earlier. Crazy comeback from the Bears. Crazy choke job by the Giants and Russell Wilson after Jackson Dart left the game. The Vikings lose to the Ravens, which was nice to see. So yeah, here we go. 2nd and 3. Goff in shotgun. Gibbs to his right. 2 tight ends in the game. Exact same formation as they were going to line up in before the timeout. Goff takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Now over the middle. Gibbs. Up the middle. Angle route. Touchdown. Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs. Anytime touchdown. Easiest bet of my life. And Jahmyr Gibbs on the Texas route remains undefeated. You cannot cover him on that route. He's too quick. Too quick, and the Lions open the scoring. I mean, that's just beautiful, man. No linebacker can cover Gibbs in space in man coverage. You get Gibbs one-on-one against any linebacker, he's going to beat them. And I just got a text from my buddy. Texas route Gibbs is unstoppable. And the Lions extra point up and good. And they start up 7. Fantastic start for the Lions. I don't think that's quite centered. That's better. That's awesome, man. That's a great start for the Lions. Exactly what we needed. Get a touchdown on offense, looking really good. No sign of resistance from the Commanders. And, yeah, just dominant. Dominant. That's how you start a football game, fellas. That is how you start a football game. Do 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 do. That's how we start a football game, man. That is how we start a football game. Let's go. Let's go. I want to see more of that, man. I don't want to take the foot off the gas pedal. The Lions need to put their boot to the Commanders' throat today. Even though Daniels isn't here, even though McLaurin isn't here, even still, just go insane. Take out all your anger on them. On that first drive, Gibbs had 6 touches for 44 yards and a touchdown. That'll do. That'll do. And I think I've said this before on these streams, but my favorite bet to make is Lions to win and Gibbs to score a touchdown. Because Gibbs scores in pretty much every game. He has 37 touchdowns in 38 career games. And Lions win a good amount of games. Very good to see. All right, still waiting for the commercial break. Why am I seeing a shot of Air Force One? Oh, right, because old Donnie is in the crowd, isn't he? Old Donnie. All right, Bates getting set to kick this one off. 8:24 to go in the first quarter. Bates lining up the kick, and the kick is away. That'll be fielded at the 2-yard line, returned up to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35. Lot of room, 40, 45, and Bates himself has to make the tackle near midfield. Unacceptable from the special teams. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Under no circumstances can you be... Noah Igbenogany, who's a corner, by the way... We're letting defensive backs do this to us on special teams. Like, come on. Great tackle by Bates, though. Way to lower the shoulder. Great effort. Love to see the hustle. But come on, man. Come on. So 1st and 10, Mariota and shotgun from their own 48. Takes the snap. Fakes it up the middle. Looking over the middle. It is caught. Still on his feet. That's a first down for... Is that Traylon Burks? When did Traylon Burks get to Washington? Great catch by Burks, though. Takes the snap. Mariota over the middle. It's caught again. This time to... Is that Ertz? No. Who is that? Is that Ben Sinnott? Who's 87? No, that's a different guy. I don't know who caught that. Bates. I don't know who that is. I can only know so many depth guys on so many teams. But 2nd and 3 for the Commanders. They're moving the ball nicely on this second drive. Mariota takes the snap, handoff off the left side. That's going to be a first down for the Commanders. Is that one McNichols? That one's McNichols. Where's Bill? Where's Bill Krosky? I don't know why they hate him. But first down for the Commanders is they're moving the ball nicely on this second drive. They're simultaneously going quick and taking their time. 3rd and 1, they're ruling it short. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. All right, defense, do something. Chris Rodriguez back in the game for the Commanders. Mariota in pistol, and Rodriguez behind him. Lions running their 5-2 front. Man in motion. Mariota takes the snap. Play action. Under pressure. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson nearly gets an interception. Hutchinson sniffed out the screen, got a hand on it, but it was just too low for him to reel it in. Great play by Hutchinson, though. Fantastic PBU. Fantastic awareness. Oh, that was first down. Okay. Entering week 10, Hutchinson leading the league in forced fumbles and pressures. I guess pressures depends where you look, but 2nd and 10, Mariota in the gun. Back to his right. Takes the snap. Mariota floats it down the left sideline. It is incomplete. Going for Robbie Chosen, formerly known as Robbie Anderson. Terrion Arnold, fantastic coverage on that play. Little handsy, but they didn't call it, so we're setting that precedent now. Good coverage from Terrion. And that'll set up a 3rd and long. Gotta hold him here. This is where I would love to get Mariota on the ground. Anderson, or Chosen. I'm calling him Anderson. I'm sorry, that name is stupid. Robbie, complaining, but not going to get a call there. 3rd and 10, Mariota in the gun. Back lined up to his left. Mariota runs out of time, and that is a false start on the Commanders as well. And that's going to back them up even more. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 15 for Washington. 6:27 to go. We got 5 of you in here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, folks. Come hang out in the chat as well. Whether you're a Lions fan, Commanders fan, other team fan. I know I got a lot of fans from different teams that follow me. So come hang out in the chat and let me know how you're doing on this Sunday afternoon. 3rd and 15. Mariota in the gun. Back lined up to his left. Lions, 3 linebackers all around the line, but they're only going to rush 3. Mariota over the middle. It's caught, and that is going to be a gain of maybe 8 or 9 to Treylon Burks again, and that is going to bring up a 4th down. As we got 6 of you in here now. Once again, reminder, hit like, hit subscribe, as the Commanders on 4th and 6 are going to line up a field goal attempt here. I believe they're at about the 25, so there's probably a 42-yard attempt, give or take. Yeah, they're at the 26, so 44-yard attempt, close enough. The kick is up, and it is good. So Washington able to somewhat capitalize on the big return that gets them to midfield, and they get on the board and make it a 7-3 ball game. And now we will go to commercial break, and we will once again check in on the rest of the NFL. Did the Seahawks punch it in? Yes, they did. So who was it? Yeah, who on earth is George Halani? That's a name. Never heard of him. Rams are up 7 on the Niners with the ball moving into Niners territory. We'll see if the Niners kind of little run that they've been on will come to an end. They've been, I mean, they're 6-3 on the year. I guess they've kind of alternated win-loss, win-loss. They started hot, and then it's been kind of inconsistent since. But they have such a soft schedule, man. Such a soft schedule that even without Brock Purdy, they've been able to get by. I guess we only have 3 afternoon games, hey, or late afternoon games. We got Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks, and then the Lions and Commanders, so nice and chill afternoon. This is honestly what I prefer because it means that I can watch the Lions without having to miss too much else that's happening around the league, so that's nice. Super nice there. By the way, did you guys see the explosion of Jonathan Taylor in Germany this morning? Oh my lord, that guy went nuclear, and having him in multiple leagues feels real good. Feels real good. And what else we got going on around the league here? Yeah, not much. I mean, not much that we need to... Oh, the Dolphins beat the Bills. That was insane. Not just beat, dominated the Bills. Patriots hold on against the Buccaneers, so the Patriots have 2 games up on the AFC East division race. Seems like the Patriots are for real. Seems like the Patriots are probably going to win that division at this rate. And we'll see what happens in the playoffs. Always a good reminder, though. Good teams lose, and they lose to division opponents sometimes. The Panthers, 5-4 coming into today, they lose pretty convincingly to the Saints, who are now 2-8. It's the NFL's weird, man. Any given Sunday, it's an important reminder because I was very frustrated, and a lot of people were very frustrated after the Vikings loss. But losses happen, and good teams lose all the time. So, all right, the Commanders getting set to kick this one away, as we have the salute to service messaging going on now. Important messaging. As the kick is away, that'll be fielded in the end zone, and that will be a touchback out to the 35-yard line. Khalif Raymond was on the kick return there. I really don't like Jacob Saylors back there, but that's irrelevant. So 1st and 10 for the Lions. 5:43 to go in this first quarter. I would love another nice touchdown drive. Montgomery going to start this drive on the field as Gibbs is going to... Oh, my Lord. So Jahmyr Gibbs, 39 touchdowns before turning 24. Only Christian McCaffrey and Rob Gronkowski have matched that since 2000. I'm sure people did that before then. Dan Skipper running out wide. We got a big man out wide as Goff takes the snap. Looking left, throws St. Brown, caught, first down and more, over midfield just like that. A gain of 16, maybe 17 for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love to see Dan Skipper, man. Dan Skipper running around is so funny. He checks out of the game now. So far, so good for the Lions offense. Again, when they run the ball, they're so hard to stop. There was 2 tight ends and Dan Skipper at the top of the screen. Look at the big man run and hustle. Goff under center now with Montgomery in the backfield. He's going to give it to Montgomery off the right side. Montgomery up the middle. Has room. First down and more. That's going to be a gain of 12 for Montgomery. Fantastic blocking off the right side. Running behind Ratledge, Sewell, and Laporta. Ratledge and Glasgow get the push off the right side. Awashika comes over to seal it off. That's beautiful, man. But there is an injury on the field. Penei Sewell is down, holding his leg. Oh, God. That's horrifying. That's really bad. Penei Sewell down on the field. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That is potentially really bad. Hopefully it's a minor injury. Sewell was banged up with the shoulder coming into the week. So seeing him hold his leg is not something that you really want to see at all. Got rolled up on. So we'll see. Hopefully Penei Sewell is okay. I'm trying to find some information on Twitter as to what's happening. Sewell is walking off under his own power right into the blue medical tent. That's not good. That is really not good. Sorry that I don't have more to say about that. That's just not good. By the way, that picture of Dan Campbell with his reading glasses on is still hilarious. Walking off slow with trainers right into the tent, got rolled up on the run. Yeah, there's not... He's walking off. That's a good sign that it's hopefully not a super serious injury. However, the Lions do have the Eagles next week. And also, we have no tackle depth. So, I don't really want to endure a whole game of Dan Skipper. His left leg got rolled up on pretty good. Looks like a knee injury for Sewell. Potentially. But he's walking off relatively okay. Yeah, there's Sewell walking off. He looks somewhat okay. Don't have to push it with him. Skipper is going to play right tackle in the meantime. So Goff and shotgun Montgomery lined up to his left. 1st and 10 from the Commanders' 37-yard line. Goff, man in motion is Raymond. Takes the snap, fakes it to Montgomery. Looks over the middle. It's caught. Sam Laporta, first down and more. Inside the 25, down to the 23. Ball comes out as he hits the turf, but he was down by contact. Good block and release by Laporta. He chips Frankie Louvu and just releases on the drag. Good catch and run there. Goff in empty now, 1st and 10 from the 23. And they will stay in empty. JMO barking orders at Montgomery now. Goff takes the snap. Looked like it might have been an offside. Over the middle, and it's a drop. St. Brown, that very seldom happens. Amon-Ra with a drop. It looked like he might have jammed his finger on that one. I need to see a replay. Yeah, that never happens. Hits him right in the hands. I think it might have just, when you get a ball or a projectile just jam your finger a little bit. It hurts. He'll be fine, but looks like a little bit of a stinger. He's still out there, though. 2nd and 10, 4:01 to go. Goff under center, Montgomery the back. Takes the snap, gives it to Montgomery off the right side. Montgomery, he'll get hit at the line and fall forward for a gain of 3. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Not an ideal situation, but we'll see how the Lions decide to play this. I wouldn't be shocked if they run it to set up a 4th and 2 or 3. Nope, Goff's in empty. Never try to guess what the Lions are doing. From the 20, Goff. They're going to motion. It is a complete inverse of what they just ran on 1st down. 3 receivers to the left instead of the right. Goff takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Caught. Laporta, 1st down Lions. Down to the 11-yard line. Sam Laporta. And that'll set the Lions up just outside the 10-yard line. So it's an elongated 1st and goal coming up here from the 11.5. Nice, quick decision-making by Jared Goff there. Trying to find more information on Sewell. Doesn't look like we have any. We'll get some more when the information becomes available. In the meantime, 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 12-yard line. Montgomery the back. He's going to get the ball up the middle, bounces right, cuts it back up the middle, and he'll be tackled after a short gain of 2. As we are going to wind down to about 2-minute mark of the first quarter. 2:28, 2:27 to go as the Lions will huddle up here. They give him 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up here. We'll see if the Lions can punch this one in. Give themselves a 2-score lead. Goff, under center once again. Montgomery the back once again. Raymond in motion. Goff takes the snap. Fakes it to Montgomery off the right side. And he's going to throw it away. He almost got sacked, but he's able to get the ball out towards St. Brown to avoid the loss. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7. The Lions were trying to get the edge defender to jump inside, and he sort of did. Who was that? Martin. They tried to get Martin to jump inside and chase Montgomery. He sort of did, but he recovered quite nicely and got the pressure and the QB hit. So 3rd and 7, no trickery on this one. Just going for the end zone. They can technically get a 1st down, but we'll see. Goff in shotgun, takes the snap, looking left, throws it, caught. St. Brown inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown, Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the catch and the extra effort to lunge over the goal line. And the Lions are 2 for 2 so far. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and they give themselves a 2-score lead. Yeah, that's beautiful. Laporta running a post from the slot, and then St. Brown's running one right behind him. So Laporta clears out the linebackers to give St. Brown just a little bit of extra room so that he can make that catch and keep going. As Bates' extra point is up and through. So far, so good for the Lions on offense, which is what you want to see. Running the ball mostly well. Nope, that's not the score. It's 14, isn't it? There we go. Is that centered? That's centered. Why is there a Ravens jersey in Washington right now? Sir, you are in the wrong building. Lions 2 for 2 on 3rd down. Penei Sewell is out of the medical tent, or 3 for 3 on 3rd down. Sewell's out of the medical tent and moving around. Looks like he's ready to check back in. That per Colton Pouncey. I hate the national media, man. Hold on. All right. Sorry, the national media, I mentioned that Campbell had his reading glasses on, but he always has a play sheet in his hands every week because he likes to know what's going on offense. And the national media is reporting that Campbell took over play calling. Like, we have no reason to believe that's the case. No reason other than he has a play sheet, which he always has. He had reading glasses. Like, okay, relax, national media. Do 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 do. All right, man. Now I have to deal with people being like, St. Brown hit the Trump dance in the end zone. That's funny. And Sewell is. It seems like Sewell's okay, which is thank God. Okay, well that's apparently become the talking point. Is Dan? That's the question of the day. Is Dan Campbell calling the plays? Until we hear something, I don't care. The offense looks good though, so whether it's Morton or Campbell, so far so good. Granted, you should be doing good as this kick is fielded at the 6, returned to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, running sideways now. He'll be stopped at the 26, maybe the 27. Much better coverage. Thank you. Jack Campbell and Craig Reynolds in on that tackle. Man, Jack Campbell's so good. I love Jack Campbell. Oh boy. This is okay. The Campbell calling plays has hit the national media, so it's going to be a talking point one way or another. We'll see what happens. Regardless, now it's the defense's turn. Mariota up again. He's got a back in the backfield. He's in pistol. Jumbo set for the Commanders, and it's going to be a handoff to Bill Krosky-Merritt up the middle. Nice run. Gains about 6. I think he lowered the helmet there. That's going to be a fine, but they never call it in real time. Good run, though, by Bill. Lacey just had no ability to get off a block there. Yeah, he lowers the helmet. Like if they're gonna find him for, like they're gonna find Bill for that. Anyways, 2nd and 4, Mariota, jumbo set again. Fakes it to Bill, play action. Throwing, left side, wide open. Robbie Anderson. Yes, I still refuse to call him by his preferred name. On the comeback route, beating Amik Robertson on that play. And the Commanders will get a first down up to the 50. Yep, Sewell's back sitting with his teammates, so that's good. Inside of a minute to go in the first quarter. Feels like this first quarter has taken a long time. First and 10 now. Mariota. The handoff off the right side. That is going nowhere. Jack Campbell, great tackle. Derek Barnes setting the edge beautifully. Are they going to get another playoff? 2nd and 9. Mariota in the gun. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Time is ticking. Lions really stacking the line. If they do snap the ball, this is going to be a crazy blitz. No, they do snap the ball. Mariota deep down the right side. It is overthrown. Looking for Robbie once again. Terrion in coverage once again. And now there's 1 second to go in the first quarter, so they have to run the play in the first quarter. So we're going to get a 3rd and 9 right now. And we'll see if hopefully we can hold him to a punt here. Good coverage by Terrion. Amik's gotten beat once or twice, but we shall see. Mariota in the gun, back lined up to his left. Hutchinson is off the line of scrimmage. This is a bizarre formation. He is rushing. He's running on a stunt. Up the middle. Oh, he almost got him. Mariota running for his life. He's going to get sacked. Brian Branch on the blitz. And that is a stop for the Lions defense as the first quarter comes to an end. What a unique looking blitz the Lions ran there with Hutchinson lined up off the line. He ends up looping around like 3 defenders going through the B gap on the left side of the offensive line, and Branch on the blitz able to finish up as Hutchinson wasn't able to complete the play. And we are going to go to the second quarter with the Lions getting the ball back, and they are already up 14-3. Fantastic work in the first quarter by these Detroit Lions. How are we feeling now? Great job. Great job. All right, man. All righty. That's great to see. That is great to see. Still have no idea who, what, like, all this stuff, who's calling plays and whatnot. Oh, man. The Seahawks are running over the Cardinals. Is JSN done for the day? Like, what happened? I know he left the game briefly for a concussion spot, but we'll see what happens there. Everyone's just asking questions to the Lions media about the who's calling plays. I love how, and this always happens. Sometimes fans will freak out about various things, like, "Hey, is Dan Campbell calling plays? Why didn't we know about this?" It's like, dude, if Campbell was gonna tell us, he would have told. No one expected this to be a thing. So if he is calling plays, then cool. Well, I'll one way or another, I'm gonna talk about it in the post game video because it is a story if Campbell is calling the plays. And if he's not, then we're just going to talk about how people are freaking out. I do think that Campbell probably is exerting more influence over the offensive game plan and being like, hey, let's maybe do a couple different things. These are some things we've done in the past. Let's focus on some of these concepts a little bit more. And just like having Morton diversify the run game a little bit. I would love Campbell to actually have more influence over the run game because Morton is incapable of designing one. So you need some help, and that's okay. Anyways, 4th and 22 to start the second quarter. The punt is away. Almost could have been blocked. That'll be fielded at the 15. Raymond gonna go backwards and lose a yard. What are you doing, man? What are you doing, Khalif? Come on, go forward, dude. Go forward. The offense will take the field. Penei Sewell is back out there, so seems like he just got rolled up on. Penei Sewell on the trainers checking on a mid-game. I just tell him it's got to be quick. Another drive's coming up. The defense can flip the ball, whatever, or whenever. I try to be respectful in that process, but at the same time, they know what I want to do, which is get back out there. I added that last part, but Sewell is back. That's all that matters. So the run game, time to get it going. I believe Gibbs will be back in. This will be a Gibbs drive. We just had a Monty drive, so would make some sense to get Jahmyr Gibbs back. Yep, I see him out there. I see him hiding. I see him hiding back there. So the Lions, they've got Brock Wright in the game as the tight end. Goff under center. Gibbs is the back of the backfield from their own 13-yard line. Man in motion is Raymond. It's a fake to Gibbs, fake to Williams. Raymond's going to get it on the screen, and Raymond going to get a nice little catch and run over the 20. It's going to be a gain of 8, maybe 9. That was a dangerous play. A lot of motion near the line. The fake to Gibbs, the fake to JMO. The Commanders were mostly reading that screen. Gibbs with a fantastic effort to allow Raymond to get out there. And that is a nice gain. Yeah, Gibbs saves that play. So 2nd and 2 now. Man in motion is Raymond. Goff. Gibbs in the backfield again. It'll be a handoff to Gibbs up the middle. Gibbs makes one man miss. 1st down and more. Over the 30 up to the 31. Nice run by Jahmyr Gibbs once again. Montgomery was perfectly fine on his drive. Gibbs has had juice up the middle. Like, Gibbs just has the juice today. And you could always tell when Gibbs is just running well versus like really going. He's really going so far. 54 rush yards in the first half so far for the Lions. Every time Gibbs has touched the ball, he's just been down 5 yards downfield in a blink of an eye. Goff under center again, Gibbs the back once again. St. Brown in motion. It is a give to Gibbs off the left side with a lot of room. Gibbs takes off over the 40, over the 50. One man will push him out of bounds near the Commanders' 40. What did I tell you, man? Gibbs is taking off. Gibbs is running super well so far. 27 yards for Gibbs. He's already up to 59 on the ground in this one. Great running by Gibbs. Great blocking, too. And I guess that's probably the differentiator is the offensive line is blocking well up front, and Gibbs is hitting these holes so quickly. Again, blink of an eye. And Montgomery just doesn't have the same acceleration that Gibbs has, so he's not able to take quite as much advantage as Gibbs, but he's still been running well. Goff fakes it to Gibbs, looking to take a shot. Nope, now he's going to roll out. He's going to check it down. It's batted up in the air, and it's going to fall harmlessly incomplete. Thank goodness. Frankie Louvu got a hand on that as Goff was rolling out, trying to check it down to Brock Wright. Good play by Louvu. Thank goodness that fell incomplete. Thank goodness, man. So 2nd and 10 for the Lions from the Commanders' 42. Montgomery checks into the game, but Gibbs is still out there at wide receiver. Goff takes the snap. Looking right, throws it to Gibbs. Gibbs down to the 35. Going to get near the sticks. That'll be a gain of about 9 on the play. So Gibbs lines up at wide receiver, kind of is the check down option on that play. That will certainly work. I do like to see Gibbs more involved in more of a diversified role as a receiver, because it's been way too much checkdowns for Gibbs, like way too many checkdowns, just too much of him being used as solely a checkdown option. I like to see him used in more creative ways, like the angle route, like lining up out wide and running a little delay play there. Bunch to Goff's left, Gibbs lined up to his right, Laporta in motion. It's a give to Gibbs up the middle, and he will gain 2, maybe 3 yards, and that will be enough for another Lions first down. Another 3rd down conversion for the Lions. Detroit 4 for 4 on 3rd down early in this one. Oh my lord, the Seahawks are killing the Cardinals. It's 35-0. There's still 8 minutes left in the first half. Oh, good grief. Goff in shotgun, Gibbs lined up to his right. Takes the snap, looking left, throwing left, has Khalif Raymond. Raymond with a lot of room. I don't think he realized how much room he had for a second there. That's going to be another first down inside the red zone again, down to the 19 or 18. Raymond caught that, and he looked up. He was like, oh, there's no one around me. I don't know what the Commanders are doing defensively. Way too many easy yards for the Lions in this game. Like, Raymond catches that. He catches that at a depth of 5 yards. And he doesn't get touched for another 5 yards. He gets a free first down. That is bizarre from the Commanders. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line now. Goff going to give it to Gibbs off the left side. Gibbs runs into a wall, and he's only going to gain 1. Happens. It happens. 2nd and 9 coming up as we are going to tick down towards the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. Okay, Campbell with the play sheet, and he's talking. It might be Campbell might be involved in calling plays. I wonder if Campbell's kind of taking over as the run game coordinator and being like, when we're running the ball, I'm telling you how to do it. We'll see. Well, this is how I'm going to test my theory. Campbell was talking into the headset there with his play sheet and his glasses on. If my theory is correct, the Lions will run the ball here. If not, then I have no idea. But if I'm correct, Goff in shotgun, back lined up to his left. Goff, and it looks like that was an offside. He's just going to throw it away. There's a flag down. Some sort of pre-snap penalty. I think it was offside. I didn't see an offensive lineman move. Yep. Offside on the Commanders. Just jumped early. 5-yard penalty will make it 2nd and 4. And why is he getting in Goff's face? Why is Javon Kinlaw yelling at Goff? He's like clapping in his face, like really aggressively, and saying something to him. Probably saying like I'm here, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be in your kitchen, like that sort of thing. Very bizarre. Nice offside, pal. 2nd and 4 now. Lions check into an I formation. With Wright at fullback. J-Mo flexes out wide. Goff going to give it to Gibbs up the middle. Gibbs almost gets tripped up, but he escapes. Gets to the outside, inside the 10, inside the 5, to the 4. Getting pushed to the goal line. Touchdown, Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs again, with help from all his friends, gets into the end zone for the 2nd time this first half. And the Lions are 3 for 3. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Unbelievable. Yeah, he almost gets tripped up by Luvu, and his acceleration to the edge too good. And then Laporta and St. Brown just push him into the end zone. That is just outstanding, dude. Outstanding. I gotta say, and this will make sense in a second. With all the talk of the tush push being banned, I want to make sure that kind of play doesn't get banned. Like if they're gonna ban the idea that you can push your teammate from behind, I'm going to be really sad, because a play like that would not be possible. And it should be, because that kind of play is awesome. That was spectacular. Love it from Gibbs. There is a member of the Commanders that is down and injured on the play. As it was a, 13-yard... about a 12 or 13-yard touchdown for Gibbs there. So he's already up to like 75 yards on the ground. Like 100 total yards and 2 touchdowns for Gibbs so far. Was it Luvu? Looks like he hurt his shoulder. Hope he's okay. He's trying to work on it there. $9:41 to go in the second. I don't know what's happening. Are we lining up the extra point, or... Oh, there was a different injury. There was 2 injuries on the play. Who is this? Can't see the name. A rookie, Amos, walking off very gingerly. Hope he's okay as well. But yeah, man, Jahmyr Gibbs, outstanding so far in this game. I will say I'm playing against Gibbs in a couple of leagues, and I feel very justified in my fear, because I was like, this is not a good matchup for me. And by that, I mean Gibbs against the Commanders is a fantastic matchup. He could go for 200 all-purpose yards today. There's still 9:41 to go in the second, and he has 100 total yards. What is happening? Now St. Brown's barking at someone. What is happening, dude? Can we just play the game? Amin-Ra, shush. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Stop it. Control yourself. Control your emotions. Get off the field. Guys, you scored. Get off the field. What is happening? I'm so confused at what's happening. Why is this taking so long? The player is off the field, so kick the extra point. Come on now. What are we doing? What are we doing? The Lions are going for 2? Was there a flag? Why are the Lions on the 1? I'm so confused. The Lions are going for 2. Sure. What is happening? No one explained anything. Goff in shotgun. Montgomery to his right. Takes the snap. Gives it to Montgomery. Up the middle. He gets the 2-point conversion. The Lions go up 22-3. Stop yelling at each other. Why are we beefing? When there's another flag. Why are we beefing? Why are we beefing? Relax, everyone. Take a chill pill. What is Okay, so the commentators did such a poor job of speaking during that because they were like talking about the injuries. Commanders defensive tackle Daron Payne got ejected after that touchdown. So in the midst of the commentators talking about nothing, there was an ejection, and that's why the Lions were on the 1. I have no idea what happened. That is such a failure of the broadcast. That's horrible, man. That's horrible. Regardless, the Lions are up 22-3. We're feeling good. Up 18. Nobody and I'm glad that sometimes I miss information because just the nature of having the broadcast quieter because I'm doing the stream and I don't want you guys to have like the audio being picked up. However, I'm not tripping. They didn't talk about it. They didn't show it. No one that is not immediately in the stadium knows what happened. Anyways, 9 plays, 87 yards, touchdown Lions, 3 for 3. And on that 2-point conversion, we saw the flag. The Commanders were flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. That is also worth noting because the broadcast, once again, did not show it. Dude, how are they not like they just said that Kinlaw got a penalty. How have they not talked about the ejection? This is crazy. Anyways, as a result, the kickoff is going to be from the 50. So Bates should be able to squib this, hopefully. Bates. And Bates boots it out of bounds. What are you doing, Bates? What are you doing, Bates? So that's going to give the Commanders the ball at the 40. Anyways, it's 22-3. We're feeling good. This game is going to get chippy, though. Okay, so now what happened here? This is after the touchdown. Oh, what on earth? Okay, no wonder St. Brown was so upset. I was giving St. Brown shit because I was like, why are you yelling at them? It's because Daron Payne just punched him in the face for no reason. What on earth are the Commanders doing? As Mariota takes a snap, run off the left side, that is going to be stopped for a gain of 1. So Daron Payne just walks up, punches St. Brown in the face, gets ejected, and then after the 2-point conversion, Javon Kinlaw gets in another Lions face and takes an unsportsmanlike conduct. So very undisciplined from the Commanders front. Daron Payne, very good defensive tackle as well. So that is a huge blow to their defensive front that's already getting beat up the middle. So the Lions really need to just pound the rock. Mariota in shotgun. 2nd and 9. Takes the snap. Under pressure up the middle. He escapes, throws deep downfield, and it is... Oh, what a catch. What a catch by Lane, working on Brian Branch. 41-yard gain. That was crazy. Wow, what a catch. Branch had a hand on that too. That's a crazy catch. Down to the 33 of the Lions. As we are down to 8:30 to go, 1st and 10 Commanders. In shotgun is Mariota, back to his left. He's going to hand it off. Up the middle, Chris Rodriguez. Nice run. Picks up a first down. Or maybe just short, I don't know. The run defense cannot be getting beat like that. Hey, Matty Stafford with his 400th career touchdown pass. Good for Matt Stafford. Rams are up 21-0 on the 49ers. Man, those NFC West games. Actually, all 3 afternoon games so far, very uncompetitive. Uncompetitive? Non-competitive? Not competitive in general. Inside of 8 minutes to go, 2nd and 1, so they gave it a gain of 9 for the on that run by Rodriguez. Mariota going to give it back to Rodriguez off the right side, and he will get the first down, but not much else. I cannot believe they just... Also, I can't believe Daron Payne was doing that. Oh, okay, we got more information. I'll bring it up after this play. Commanders at the Lions 23. Mariota takes the snap, tosses off the left side to Rodriguez, and he's going to lose 2 yards. Roy Lopez blowing that one up, pushing the offensive lineman back and tripping Rodriguez. Okay. Oh, never mind. A Commanders fan just turned and started yelling at the Lions media, apparently. I'm so confused, man. I'm so confused. Yeah, Commanders... Okay, thank you. Someone's covering it. Daron Payne randomly punched Amon-Ra. I have no idea why he did that. Anyways, 2nd and 12. Takes the snap. Mariota. Under pressure, time running out. Up the middle, he's going to get out. He jumps in the air. And he's going to pick up about 7. Oh, I thought we were going to start beefing again. No, I think that was Thomas Harper stood up and was like, you just tried to jump over me. He was making a joke. He was laughing with him. Nah, Hutch, come on, man. You got to do better than that. Mariota jumps in the air. Branch and Maddox. Oh, Avonte Maddox is back. Branch and Maddox able to corral Mariota as he jumps through the air. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. A long 3. Mariota in the gun. They're going to go for it. They're in 4-down territory. He's going to take it himself. Mariota gets tripped up. He's going to fall forward for a gain of 2. It'll set up a 4th and about half a yard. 4th and inches. And obviously they're going to go for it. I would imagine that they sneak this. So we'll see if the interior of the Lions front can shut down a sneak or some sort of related play. They got Reeder and Aleem McNeil in the middle of the defense right now. 4th and 1. Oh, Mariota's in the gun. So it's not a sneak. Back to his right. Debo in motion. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. Mariota under pressure over the middle. It's caught. Oh! Big hit by Maddox. As Ertz was... he caught it as he was kind of catching it and going down. And on the way down, Maddox popped him in the head. But they dapped each other up. They said it's all good. I think Ertz recognized he's like, yeah, I was falling. But that's a first down for the Commanders regardless. Nah, Barnes and Campbell just... That's more on Campbell than Barnes. Barnes had Debo in the area. Campbell, come on, man. You got to read that better. The linebackers are fantastic for this team. In coverage, 1st and goal for the Commanders. Debo in motion. He's going to get the push pass. Debo off the left side. Debo towards the end zone. Down at the 1. Barnes yelling for a flag. 2nd and goal coming up for the Commanders. Barnes got spun around. Regardless, doesn't matter. Inside of 4 minutes to go. 2nd and goal now. Commanders knocking on the doorstep. Knocking on the door. On the doorstep, knocking on the door. From the 1, Mariota and shotgun. Rodriguez the back. I imagine a read option is in order. Mariota gives it to Rodriguez up the middle, and he walks in. Touchdown Commanders, and he almost just took out a camera woman with that. That poor woman with the camera on the sidelines just had to duck so aggressively as Rodriguez emphatically spiked that football. that was really funny. Yeah, just crashed too far inside. Was that Tyleek? No, it was McNeil. Crashed too far inside, and Hutch obviously wary of the read option. So good call by the Commanders. Good touchdown, and they will line up an extra point to make it a 12-point game. The kick is up and good. Just kidding. False start or delay of game, so we have to redo the kick. One moment. We'll we'll try that again. All right. Extra point again. Up. And still good. Okay. So it's 22-10. 3:39 to go in the first half. Lions get the ball back. Hopefully they can go down, score again. Bizarre. All right. That is still... So yeah, I have no idea what Daron Payne was doing. I still don't know why he did that. All right. Hopefully the run game keeps going. I just want I want a nice, easy game. Nice, relaxing game. I don't want any of this drama. I don't want any of the stress. I don't want any of this beefing every play, like smacking each other between the whistles. I mean, granted, if the Commanders want to play like that, the Lions will be happy to oblige. But tough luck for the defense, regardless. Jahmyr Gibbs has now totaled 40 career touchdowns, ties Maurice Jones-Drew for the 5th most touchdowns by any player in NFL history before turning 24. Yep. Jahmyr Gibbs has produced 4 games with both a rushing and receiving TD, trailing only Barry Sanders for the most in franchise history. Barry did it 5 times. That clip is so funny. Why did Daron Payne do that? That is so funny. I do want to see something. So, Jahmyr Gibbs has passed Leonard Thompson for the 7th most touchdowns in franchise history. He is 1 behind Amon-Ra, despite playing like 30 less games. If Gibbs gets 1 more touchdown today, without Amon-Ra getting 1, he will tie Amon-Ra for the 6th most in franchise history. Both of those guys could easily enter the top 5 this season. As the kick is away, it will be fielded by Sailors at the 3. To the 20. To the 25. No, that's Vaki out there now. Up to the 33. Sione Vaki getting run as a kick returner. Thank God. because Sailors has no juice. Vaki at least has some wiggle. So here comes the Lions offense once again. Let's see. I really just run the ball. Give it to Gibbs, run the ball 30 times. And yeah, and you'll be fine. I mean, so far so good for this offense. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Montgomery in the game. The Commanders with a light box up front. Interesting approach against the jumbo set by the Lions. Play action, though. Goff steps up, throws it over the middle. Caught. Khalif Raymond up to the 50. No, they're going to say incomplete. Raymond is debating that. Show me a replay of that. Here's Raymond. I can't tell. From that angle, looks good, but it's also his angle of his back. And the Lions are going to challenge it. That is actually so fascinating. So I don't know who is the coach that's standing behind Campbell, but that is clearly the person who's relaying the message from the video room. And you saw him whisper in Campbell's ear and be like, challenge it. It was a catch. And Campbell doesn't even question it. He's like, okay. That's fascinating. That's a fascinating insight in how the coaching staff works. With the video crew up top, they review it. They're like, we think it looks good. Relay down to the he might be the get back coach. Like some coaches have that, where if they get too close to the sidelines, they literally have someone designated to pull them back from the sideline. And he just goes, challenge. Campbell says, okay. That's funny. It did look like a good catch, so. On that play, if the refs didn't interfere with Daron Payne doing whatever, JMO was ready to do something stupid. Yeah, we'll see. Jeremy Riseman saying, Lord, I hate Fox broadcast. 0 good replays before a commercial break. They are moving the chains. It's a catch. Trust in Raymond, says Tim Twentyman. It is a catch, so the Lions will get the ball at midfield. Oh my Lord, you know what's so frustrating? You know what's so frustrating? There's 3:27 to go in this first half. We're going to get like 2 plays. And then we're going to have another commercial break. I hate football broadcasts so much. So much, man. It's so impossible to watch sometimes. Meanwhile, the Cardinals scored a touchdown. Kind of already garbage time in the first half here. The Niners score a touchdown. Juwan Jennings. Any love for Kittle? Okay, old Georgie's got a couple. It's good to see. Good, good, good indeed. Do 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 do. All right, and we're back. Finally, a good replay. Thank you, Fox. So 3:27 to go. Lions successful in that challenge. Very good half for Goff. 11 of 16, or sorry, 12 of 16. A buck 46 and 2. You'll take that. Goff in shotgun. Monty lined up to his right. Montgomery going to get the ball off the left side. Montgomery cuts up field, and he's going to pick up 4 on that first down carry. Down to the Commanders' 46. Yeah, okay. There might be something to Campbell calling the plays, because they just showed an extended shot of Morton, and he is not calling anything. Oh no, Graham Glasgow is down. So Goff is taking snaps from, I believe it's Tristan Colon, who's warming up. Now there already was talk of getting him in at center and replacing Graham or moving Graham out to guard, but Glasgow is now down. Lions are kneeling around him. Uh-oh, might be a serious injury for Graham. Yeah, Tristan Colon. I don't know how to pronounce that name yet, but Glasgow is up and taking or and walking off under his own power. So we'll see. That doesn't look good for Graham though. However, the Lions will have a different center in for the rest of this drive at the very least. I mean, they would have practiced this, but it's just getting Goff comfortable taking snaps from him. So, man, the ads I get for Canadian shows are so interesting. What is this? uh, Shout out CTV, man. Oh my lord. Can I please just get back to the football game that I'm trying to watch? I beg. I beg. I'll keep checking out Twitter, I guess. Oof. Cardinals receiver Zay Jones out with an Achilles injury. That's not good. Seahawks are up 38-7 in the first half. Good lord. The Seahawks have been just putting they've been dominating the last couple of weeks. Fairly convincing against the Texans in week 7 going into the bye. They come out of the bye, destroy the Commanders. Jayden Daniels gets hurt in the fourth quarter, but it was dominant before Daniels got hurt. And then they're killing the Cardinals now. So on that play, Ratledge ended up doing a somersault, and his foot came down on the back of Glasgow's leg. Seems like he might be okay. As Montgomery's going to take this snap up the middle, he's going to once again fall forward for a gain of 4. Bring up 3rd and 2. The Lions are in 4-down territory here. Wouldn't be shocked if they just run the ball, but as we are getting closer to the 2-minute warning, no, my lord, yeah. So we had the replay, the challenge that was overturned, but commercial break. Come back for like one play, commercial break because of the injury, and now we're gonna have one more play, and then it's gonna be 2-minute warning, commercial break. 3rd and 3 for the Lions. Goff in shotgun. Montgomery lined up to his right, or sorry, left, and they will give it to Montgomery up the middle, and he will fall forward to the 40. As we get to the 2-minute warning, they're going to mark him down at the 41, which is going to bring up 4th down. As we get to the 2-minute warning, and we will once again go to a commercial break. God, I love football. Terrion Arnold is into the locker room without a helmet. Did not see what happened. Okay. I want to see. So there's been 4 plays on this drive. This is insane. This is hilarious, though. Sorry, I'm just sending out a quick tweet. 4 plays and 3 commercial breaks so far. I have no idea why Terrion went to the locker room, but that's not good. That is very, very not good. Very, very bad. Anyways, with 2 minutes to go in the first half, the Lions do have 106 rushing yards. Gibbs has 9 for 75. Montgomery still has 7 for 31. He's still doing perfectly fine. Would like to see more involvement for JMO, as always, but it's kind of hard to argue with the success they've had so far. It'll be 4th and 1 from the Commanders' 41. If you can get a first down here, wind the rest of the clock, I'd be fine with a field goal. I would love a touchdown. Hey, there's old Donnie. I'm sorry, what? Donald Trump is going to join the Fox broadcast? What on earth? I'm going to have to turn up the volume for that. I want to see what kind of crazy stuff he spews out about this game. Is Goff under center, Montgomery the back, Raymond in motion. They will fake it to Montgomery, throw it in the flat. It's caught. Laporta inside the 35, stiff arms a man. Inside the 30, out at the 26. First down. Frankie Louvu was very upset at that. I will say, holy, the protection got destroyed there. Goff got blown up as it was a jailbreak up front. So thank God there was a quick route. Oh, Louvu was mad at the stiff arm. Laporta stiff armed him to gain an extra 5 yards. That was a good one. .266 total yards for the Lions as they're now down to the 27. Raymond in motion. The snap, the fake, Goff. They wanted to set up a screen to Montgomery, but the Commanders sniff it out. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. I would not hate running the ball on 2nd down here. Get yourself to 3rd and 5, but more importantly, take 40 seconds off the clock. I would love for this to be the final drive of the half. Yeah. Nah, just nothing there. Happens. Good blocking by Brock Wright on the edge. Is that against Von Miller, I believe? Way to be. $1.50 to go. 2nd and 10. Goff and shotgun, both running backs in the game. Gibbs flexes out. Goff. They set up a screen again. Montgomery, it's blown up again, except this time he caught it and he's going to lose 2 yards. Why are you running back-to-back screens, dude? Come on. Come on, man. Whoever called that. Horrible. And I believe the Commanders might have just called a timeout. Yeah, Washington called a timeout to give themselves a chance to get the ball back and go do something on offense. I believe it'll be Arthur Mollett coming in at corner for Terrion Arnold. Or Rock Yassin might just be the outside corner, and then they'll have... No, because they'd still need Amik in the slot. So yeah, it'll probably be Mollett coming into the game as a result. 3rd and 12 coming up for the Lions. Or 10, whatever. The Lions are in field goal range. Regardless of the results of this play, even if they get stopped, I just want this to be inbounds so that you make Washington use their last timeout. Gibbs is not in the game. Goff's going to take the snap, look it over the middle, throws it. It's caught by Sam Laporta inside the 20, but not quite at the stick. It's going to be 4th and 1 once again. Time is ticking, so you get that at the very least. So 4th and 1. Yeah, Campbell's calling plays. He is calling plays. So just about a minute to go. Goff in shotgun. Monty lined up to his right. 4th and 1. Goff. Might be worth a timeout here. Nope, they snap it. Goff looking. Quick throw. Caught. Raymond inside the 10. Down to the 8. Down to the 7. First down, Lions inside the 10-yard line. Man, once again, too easy. Graham Glasgow is questionable with a back injury. From the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. Goff gives it to Montgomery off the right side, cuts back up the middle. He's going to fall forward to the 6. And with 21 seconds to go in the first half, I believe the Lions will call their first timeout. I believe. Let's see. Someone called the timeout. I'm going to assume the Lions called the timeout. Which will bring up 2nd down and goal from the 6. 22 seconds to go. So this is going to be the last real drive. If the Commanders get the ball back, they're not going to do anything with it. They're just going to probably take a knee because they would get the ball back. Let's say one play happens here and they score a touchdown. There'd be like 19, 18 seconds left. Kickoff takes it down to like 15, 16, or maybe even less than 15 seconds. So 10 points against for the defense. So far, so good. Let's punch this in offense and let's put an exclamation point on this half as Goff going to fake it to Montgomery, dumps it off to St. Brown in the flat. St. Brown stiff arms a man out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They were trying to do a leak out play to St. Brown, and the defensive end just stuck with St. Brown too long to let that play properly develop. I think that's Mikey Sanders still, who came all the way over. It's a great concept. It just the throw couldn't happen quick enough. And St. Brown's also too deep in the back. In concept, it can work in a different context. Still gained 2 yards. 3rd and goal. 16 ticks to go. From the 4, Goff. A lot of action at the line of scrimmage. Blitz coming from the Commanders. Quick throw outside, incomplete. So the Commanders dial up a blitz. It doesn't get home, but it forces a quick throw. Ironically, St. Brown might have been the least open player on that play. If Goff looks to the other side, I think Tesla might have been open. I don't blame him for looking for St. Brown. That's what I would do. And are the Lions going for this? No, they're kicking a field goal. I was like, they're going for this because Sanders still staying out there. But no, they are going to send the field goal unit out. The Lions do get ball at halftime, so this would give them a 15-point lead, and they get the ball to start the second half. Pretty good situation to be in. Bates. The kick is up, and it is good. So, barring something surprising here from the Commanders, which I'm not expecting, we will go into halftime with the score 25-10. So far, so great, honestly. No complaints about this game so far. Like, sure, you can nitpick the defense. Like, oh, they gave up a big play here. They gave up a touchdown drive. Oh, the special teams gave up one return, and sure, that's something. The offense, money. Defense, mostly money. Flag down. There was a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Commanders. What is going on, man? Quan Martin, who you'll remember as someone who got a pick 6 against the Lions in the playoffs. Or is it Jacob Martin? There's 2 Martins, I'm pretty sure. What happened here? No, it is Quan Martin. And Martin he slapped Dan Skipper, who was on the ground? Yeah, Bates telling Sewell, don't do anything stupid. What is happening? Why are the Commanders so bent out of shape today? They're showing the wrong Martin on the sideline now because the Fox broadcast just stinks. With 11 seconds to go in this half, please, for the love of God, let's just go to halftime, and Dan Quinn needs to get control of his team. This kickoff from the 50 once again. And Bates. So Bates is intentionally kicking it out of bounds with the shorter kick. And so I forgot to mention it last time. Because of the kick being at the 50, kicking it out of bounds brings them out to the 25 or 20. So it actually is more beneficial to just take the penalty than it is to risk a return or try to get the touchback at the 20. It's a 5-yard difference. And the Commanders will kneel this thing out. And we will go to halftime 25-10. I feel like the Lions had the ball forever in that first half. I want to see. The Lions had 17-32 of possession. Okay, the Commanders had 12-28. I guess it's because there were so many commercial breaks and whatnot. And the Lions obviously had a lot more yards. 289 total yards compared to 122 for the Commanders in that first half. 18 first downs for the Lions. That was unreal. That was unreal. So I'll fix the scoreboard as we get set for the third quarter to come out of the break. And we will watch Red Zone for a couple minutes. We can watch about 10 minutes of Red Zone. There's only 2 other games on, so it's really just kind of a way to check in on the other games. But let's see what we see, man. That was a very long first half, though, I feel like. I mean, we're already 90 minutes into the stream, and we just got to halftime, so yeah, that was a long one. That was a long one. The president was greeted with a lot of boos at the Commanders stadium. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with the Commanders defense. Regardless, lines up. Shout out the Dolphins. Oh boy. Actually, I should check it on fantasy. How am I doing in fantasy across my leagues? Evidently, playing against Jahmyr Gibbs has been a horrible experience, and I'm not a fan. Don't love that. Really don't love that. We've got... Maybe Puka can save me in the second half. I'm getting killed in the one league I was playing against Jonathan Taylor, as you might expect, but the other leagues, I'm dominating. Am I going to be the highest score over here? Probably. Probably going to be the high... Oh, it'll be close. Oof, man. Achan went off as well. There were some crazy performances. The Seahawks defense has been spectacular as well. 2 touchdowns for them. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. So, yeah. Yep. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. How are we feeling about the game so far? Hey, guys? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Or if you're a fan of another team, how are you feeling about your team's performance this week? Jahmyr Gibbs is Detroit's first player to produce 100 scrimmage yards, a rushing TD, and a receiving TD in the first half of a game since Javid Best on September 19th, 2010. That is such a specific stat. But okay. But okay. Dude, the Fox broadcast is so bad. So Rams are up. It's halftime over there. All 3 games are at halftime right now, so there's really no use in switching over to Red Zone. So I guess we will just stick with the Lions. That's shocking that didn't both of those games start half an hour before the Lions? They must be coming out of halftime soon. There's no way the Lions half went by that fast comparatively, because I thought it went relatively slow, but Or I guess on schedule. These streams are usually 3 hours, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. I suppose. What else we got going on? Is there any other sports on right now? No, not really. There's hockey games that start in an hour, but nothing yet. NBA's on. There's a random game with the Rockets and Bucks that's coming to an end. Nope, we just got to do the old-fashioned thing and sit here and wait, which is fine. Totally, totally fine. I will say with the whole Dan Campbell, Johnny Morton, who's calling the offense thing, I said it before, I don't really care who's calling the offense. The offense has been playing well. I don't care as long as it's performing well, and the offense performed. They're running the ball well, and I maintain the Lions' offense, when they run the ball, is nearly unstoppable. There's not much you can do. When they don't run the ball and they're behind the sticks, then you can pin your ears back, you can get pressure and all that. But when the Lions are able to set up their play action game, it's really hard to stop this team. Really hard. And the Commanders are finding that right now. The Lions, 4 drives, all got points, 3 touchdowns. They got in the red zone. They got within the 10-yard line every single time. 4 for 7 on third downs. 2 for 2 on fourth downs. It's been great. Giga AF. Lions look so much better than last week. I have Gibbs in both my fantasy leagues, so I'm feeling good. And he's going to get another probably 10 points for you in the second half. Like, I'd be shocked if Gibbs doesn't have a good second half as well. The Lions are just... He's going to be able to do whatever he wants. He'll easily get 100 yards, probably a couple more catches. How are you winning both those leagues, or are you is Gibbs helping you catch up? How did the morning window go for you, or early window depending on your time zone? Nearly 300 yards. I will say, maybe this is serving a little bit of gluttony, but I want 500 yards of offense. Give me 500 yards and over 40 points. Is that too much to ask? Probably not. 3 scoring drives in the second half. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I don't think that's too much to ask. Get me over 40. Get me 500 yards. Hold the Commanders under 300. Because the Commanders are going to have to pass the ball. Although I would not complain if the Lions just came out with like a 7-minute drive. That would also be acceptable. 108 on the ground, 200 on the ground would be, I think, is a fairly realistic goal. You probably need 1 or 2 good breaks by Gibbs, like maybe a 20, 30-yard run here or there. 18 first downs is crazy, though. What's the record for first downs? It's probably like 50. The single game record is 40. And the Lions are just shy of that pace. The Lions, unironically, in 2024, in that 52-6 win against the Jaguars, had 38 first downs, which was the 6th most in a game ever. I wonder... I figured there would be another game on there, but... maybe not. Oh, man. They're showing a replay of Bucks and Patriots. By the way, the Patriots look real good. And Travion Henderson, they're finally using him. What a revelation. And he looked amazing. What a shocker. Granted, I mean, Travion exploited the Bucks the same way that Gibbs did a few weeks ago. It seems like the Bucks defense just cannot handle speed, especially from the running back position. But was Ramondre playing in this game? No, he wasn't. So that'll be an interesting split. 14 for 147 and 2 from Travion. Yep, that'll do. What on earth? I just saw the replay of the end of the Jags game. How did the Texans win that, man? Shout out D'Amico Ryans. Shout out Davis Mills. Jags choked so aggressively. The Jets beat the Browns. Good for Aaron Glenn. Good for Aaron Glenn, 2-7 on the year. Saints won, they're 2-7. Dolphins won, I think that's 3 wins for them now, 3-7. So all the teams at the bottom, except for the Titans, at least looking competitive. The Giants, they're 2-8, but they look competitive. The Saints, Browns, Raiders, but the Titans might get the first overall pick again, which will be interesting because obviously they wouldn't take a QB. If the Titans get the first overall pick, they 100% should trade down. Try to get a haul like the Bears did a couple years ago. I'm at 88% chance to win in one and 93 in the other. I had Travion in because of running back injuries in my team, and that worked out great. Yeah, man. How long you been waiting to unleash Travion? That's got to feel so good because you would have had to draft him in what, like the 5th, 6th round in a 12 team, maybe 6th, 7th round in a 10 teamer. That probably feels real good. Finally get some payoff on that investment. It's really nice to just be kind of coasting in fantasy, I gotta admit. Even the leagues, like the league where I'm guaranteed to lose, it's like, yeah, I lost, like whatever, I don't have to worry about it. And the leagues that I'm winning, 75%, 99%, 96%. Blowouts, dominance. Love to see it. Is anyone close? In my Dynasty League, I gotta make sure... I gotta monitor who's close to me because I am number 1 in points for, but because that's a tiebreaker, I just want to make sure that I'm building more of a lead. So yeah, I'm on pace for 140. Still, I'm not going to be number 1 in points this week, but the guy who will be is like 300 behind me. So my dynasty team is, unless Gibbs doubles up and goes to like 50 points, because he has 24 so far in half PPR, and I'm still up by 30. So, and I still have guys to play. JSN, I assume his day is just done. I assume. Because he's got 4 for 82 and a touchdown, and the Seahawks are up by so much that why would you play JSN in the second half? Why would you play Darnold? Is that real? Wait, is that real? Hold on. Um, ooh, okay, never mind. I thought I just got by a. I thought I just saw a tweet about Brian Dable being fired by the Giants. I was gonna be like, whoa, but no. I think he might get fired, but we'll see. Do 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 do. So third quarter starting momentarily here in Washington. It's going to be hysterical. Are they actually bringing Trump onto the broadcast? That's going to be so funny. I'm not going to lie. Like, what does this man possibly have to say about football? Nothing. Of value, at least. This is going to be really stupid. Regardless, Jahmyr Gibbs, 118 scrimmage yards. Let's get him up to 200 total. Let's see how that goes. We got 5 of you in here as the second half is getting set to get underway. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, folks. And thank you for being here. It's always good to have see some of the new fans in here. As we are over 600 subs now, we're starting to make the push towards, well, we'll eventually make the push towards 1,000, but we're going to make the push towards 750 first, and then we'll make the push towards 1,000. How about that? Oh, Campbell said something. I wonder if that's relating to the play calls. Campbell is, in fact, calling plays. And Scotty Montgomery is more involved as well. It kind of seems like Morton and the Lions are going to part ways at the end of the season. I'm not going to lie. As the kick is away, the Lions receiving the kickoff to start the second half. That'll be fielded at the 7, up to the 15, up to the 20, up towards the 25, Raymond, up to the 28-yard line. In that league, you're only able to hold 5 running backs, and someone dropped Travion a couple of weeks ago. Whoo, that person's probably feeling real beat. That is a interesting rule, though. You have position limits. I understand like having like your bench spots. You have 5 bench spots or 6 bench spots, whatever. But having your like make sure you're only able to hold a certain amount of one position that's a very interesting little quirk of the rules. As there was an injured commander down to start this second half. What happened here? There was a special teamer for the Commanders. He lowered his helmet to make a hit on Raymond, and it seems like the helmet to helmet contact caused a potential concussion there. So 4 seconds into the half, we're going to have a commercial break because of course we are. Joel Garza checking in saying, pretty good game by the Lions. Just hope no more injuries and play more good defense. That would be great. That would be fantastic. And Giga and Joel, good to see you both. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, would love to see some good defense from the Lions. Just take care of business. That's kind of that was the mood going into this week is let's just take care of business, get the job done. In this second half, especially now that you have a lead, take care of business, clean, hopefully healthy half of football, and let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here. The Commanders' defense has been making a ton of chaos after the whistle and doing some stupid stuff. I don't want any part of that. If they want to do it, the Lions will absolutely stand up for themselves and they will do what they have to do. However, I'd like to avoid those situations because I don't want injuries to happen. I do not want injuries to happen. So Terrion Arnold is out for the rest of the game with a concussion. That sucks. Man, Terrion, that's like the 3rd different injury he's had this season. When he's been on the field, especially lately, he's been so good. He's been so good. He just keeps getting beat up, man. Keeps getting banged up. So yeah, it is Campbell calling plays today. It is fascinating that Campbell's calling plays and the Lions offense has looked so much. The run game has been so much more diversified. There's been a lot more wham, a lot more trap, a lot less duo. Because Morton calls way too much duo. They've been mixing the concepts up a little bit more, getting Skipper more involved. I kind of hate positional limits in fantasy. It feels like it rewards people who don't look ahead, and you can't hold on to upside players. That's why I'm such a big fan of Dynasty. In my Dynasty League, we have 4 flex spots. We have like 10 bench spots, a taxi squad, the whole 9 yards. So you can just hold whoever. Like I held on to Monungai for like 10 weeks, and now he's in my lineup. Goff under center to start this drive. Montgomery is the back. They're going to fake it to Montgomery. Goff looking, going to throw down the left side. It is caught. Jameson Williams up near midfield. Williams, nice play there for Jameson Williams to start the second half. And that will be it looks like Glasgow's back in the game for the Lions. That's nice to see. And the Lions offense getting off to a good start here. Good catch by JMO. He tried to do his little spin on the sidelines. I see you, JMO. I see you. Gibbs checking into the game. Yeah, much more diversified plan on offense from the Lions so far. And every drive has led to points so far. Now from the 50, 1st and 10, Gibbs checking into the game. St. Brown in motion. Goff takes the snap. Going to throw again. Looking. Throws it outside. It is caught. That is another first down. That is the rookie Isaac Tesla checking into the game and getting a nice 11-yard catch on the sidelines. A little toe tap, little contested catch. Love to see it from Isaac Tesla. Hopefully he can get more involved because he's got the physical talent, and I want to see more of him. I want to see more of him. 1st and 10 now for the Lions. Approaching field goal range already at the 40. Goff, Gibbs in the backfield. takes the snap. They will give it to Gibbs off the left side. A lot of room. Gibbs inside the 30. Gibbs making people miss. Staying on his feet. Down to the 25. Another first down Lions. The Commanders got completely blown off the ball there. Oh my Lord. The push from the offensive line was insane. A chasm opened up in the middle of the defense for Gibbs to run through. Great seal block by Ratledge. Outstanding. Outstanding. The run blocking's been crazy today. Ratledge has had a great game. Last week, a career low 28 scrimmage yards for Gibbs. He's having a lot more success today. 1st and 10 now. Man in motion is right. They're going to fake it to Gibbs. Goff over the middle. Caught. Williams. Another first down. Stays on his feet, and that'll be a gain of 12. So Jameson Williams on the crossing route gets the Lions another first down inside the red zone. I mean, yeah, if you're going to back off 10 yards away from JMO, he will absolutely take your free yards. Love to see that from the Lions. Great. It's a concept we haven't seen enough of. Have not seen enough of. 1st and 10 now from about the 13, 12. Campbell's fired up about something. Lions getting set. Awashika, please get set. Goff in shotgun. Gibbs to his right. Goff takes the snap. Looking to throw again. Goff throws it. Williams inside the 5. Williams stays on his feet. Touchdown Lions. Jameson Williams on the crosser. And the Lions strike again. And that means, folks, it's time to break out another. For those of you who don't know, this is a tradition I have. Anytime that Jameson Williams scores a touchdown, I take a shot of Jameson whiskey. I call it a JMO shot for a JMO tud. So as the Lions line up the extra point, we are going to get ourselves a shot of JMO just as a tribute for that touchdown. Love to see it. As Bates' extra point is up and good, the Lions take a 32-10 lead. And for Jameson Williams, for a touchdown on another crossing route, love to see it. Stuff's really good, man. That stuff's really good. All right. Love it. Love to see it. 32-10 for the Lions. 3 catches on that drive for JMO. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So Williams, 4 for 61 in this game. He's up to 400 yards on the season. In 9 games, right? So he's on pace for 774. Hopefully we can get that to tick up towards 1,000. Because he is absolutely capable, man. He's absolutely capable. Let's go. Let's go. Let's frickin' go, man. Yeah, so 32-10 relatively quickly. I'm surprised the Lions didn't run the ball more on that drive, but you didn't need to be fair. Excellent game from Goff so far. Gibbs, 10 for 89s in this one. That was what? It took less than 3 minutes. It was a 5-play, 72-yard drive. 5 plays. 22 to JMO, 11 to JMO, 14 to get. Every play was a first down, too. Beautiful. The Lions, 23 first downs in this game. 23. Unreal. I just want to see more from the defense, honestly. Give me a turnover, give me a sack. Hutchinson, if he wants to get involved, that'd be fun. That'd be cool. That would be appreciated. But the Lions are rolling. Absolutely rolling. Love to see the front flip, too. Five plays, 72 yards. So efficient. What an efficient drive by the Lions to start the second half. Absolutely spectacular. Spectacular. Love it. Love it, man. Kick is away from Jake Bates. That's going to be fielded at the 3. Returned up to the 10, up to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds in and around the 30-yard line. And the Commanders will take back over. The last time Mariota touched the ball with a real drive, it was 22-10. Lions adding 10 points on the 2 drives. Oh, Donald Trump's in the booth. Why is he here? As Mariota's under center, with Bill Krosky in the backfield, they're gonna start with a run to Bill. Bill up the middle, he'll pick up 6. This is the goofiest thing of all time. I don't really care where anyone falls politically. Just the fact that that the president is on a Fox broadcast for a Lions game is hilarious. I know it's because Washington, but that is hysterical. Okay, I'm not listening to this. But Mariota 2nd and 4 in pistol. He's going to take the snap. He's under pressure. McNeil almost got him. Mariota got to run for a first down. He's going to get up to the 45, maybe the 46. That's something that I'm surprised Mariota hasn't done more of. I thought like McNeil and Hutchinson are so aggressive in the way that they rush that anytime they get a step out too wide, the rush lanes are there. Man. This is really funny, actually. This is indeed fairly funny, my bro. Mariota in pistol. Takes the snap. Gives it to Bill. Bill up the middle. Picks up 4. The run, they've just been doing too good on the run. Not enough stuffs. Not enough stuffs. Good tackle by Reader, but not enough stuffing their backs near the line. Like the Commanders' efficiency has got to be decent. They got 57 rushing yards. Yeah, Rodriguez is only averaging 2 a pop. Well, McNeil is averaging 2 a pop. Okay, maybe I'm being dramatic. Perhaps I'm being a touch dramatic. We demand perfection. We don't expect it. Mariota and pistol once again. Jumbo formation again. Takes the snap. They're running it again. That's going for 2. The entire defensive front in on that stop. Oh, please tell me that's such a brief thing. 3rd and 5. Mariota in the gun, back to his left. Let's get him on the ground. Get him on the ground. Mariota takes the snap. Under pressure, floats it down the left sideline. It's caught. There is a flag down, though. It looks like it might be offensive pass interference against Treylon Burks. Or face mask? Rock Yassin is losing his mind. Are they calling him for defensive? And I'm not going to find out what the flag is because we have to listen to the president. What's the flag? Okay, cool. No idea. Thanks, Fox, for nothing. What's the flag? Mariota in pistol. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Krosky Merritt. He'll pick up 3. Maybe 4. What was the penalty, please? Terrion Arnold. Oh, yeah, we talked about it. He's being ruled out. Dan picked a good defense to call plays against. That's funny. What was the flag? Why did Jonathan Vilma really drop a 6-7 joke talking to the president? That's a very interesting. Anyways, 2nd and 7. Mariota and pistol. Back behind him. Takes the snap. Runs it up the middle. Krosky Merritt down to the 5. Picks up 2, maybe 3. Hutchinson complaining for a flag now. No one knows what's happening. It'll be 3rd and medium. I mean, the Commanders are going to... It's 4-down territory anyways. Third and 4, Mariota alone in shotgun. Bunch to his right. Tight end and a receiver to his left. Debo going to motion into the backfield. And he's going to get the ball on a push pass. Debo, I saw the holding against Anzalone that time. He's only going to gain 1. Anzalone just got completely spun around and no call. It's going to bring up 4th down. Dude, you got to call some of these holdings. That's egregious. Egregious, man. All right. Basically 4th and goal coming up here for the Commanders. I would like a stop, but we'll see what happens. 4th and 3, but the first down marker is the half-yard line. And the Commanders are going to they're going to burn a timeout. Ooh, you're going to waste a timeout and a half that you're losing. I know that you're probably not expecting this to be a competitive game anyways, but that is... Ugh, that is yucky. That is yucky by the Commanders. You cannot be burning timeouts. That's bad clock management. What's happening around the league? Oh, the Cardinals got another touchdown. Trey McBride, 15-yard catch. Nice, good for him. Oh my lord, McBride's going off. I gotta check in on do a fantasy because my buddy, who I'm hoping can come from behind to win, has McBride. Unfortunately, he has nothing else going on right now. Well, it was worth a shot. Was worth a shot. All right, 4th and goal essentially. Mariota in the gun, back to his left. Takes the snap. Blitz coming. Under pressure. Quick throw. Wide open. Debo Samuel. I believe there was a miscommunication there because he was not covered. No one was on him. So Samuel gets in the end zone. Well, good for him, for me, for fantasy, I guess. Go me, guys. Woo! We love fantasy points. I have no idea what happened there. And God forbid the Fox broadcast provide a replay. So, yeah. They are going to go for 2 points here. Mariota in the gun once again. Back to his right once again. Debo in motion once again. Lions are in man. They're going to fake it. Mariota under pressure. Throws back of the end zone. Incomplete. So the 2-point conversion unsuccessful. The Lions lead 32-16. That has got to be a potential scoregami situation here. We might have a potential scoregami situation. If the Lions score again, like has a 39-16 game ever happened? Worth asking. It's worth asking. The Fox broadcast still not doing replays. That's just not something that they're wanting to do. So thanks for nothing. This horrible broadcasting service. All right, so 32-16. The Commanders burn a timeout on that drive. They do get a touchdown. It was a Not the best drive from the defense. I want to see the defense clamp down the rest of the game. Hold them under 20. Like, you gave up 2 touchdowns. You gave up a field goal when they had a big return. Enough. So, and Lions offense coming back up now. How much time did that one burn? We're about halfway through the third quarter. So, just go get me points, man. I don't even care. Run up the score. I will say it's a shame that when the Lions lost to the Niners in 2023 in the NFC Championship game, I really did not like the Niners. And mainly, like in that Super Bowl, I found myself being like, we should be in this game. And the next year, even though the Niners were bad last year, when the Lions played them, I still found myself being like, I want to beat the Niners. Like, I have that itch. It's a shame I don't have that for the Commanders, because even in retrospect, that divisional round game, Jayden Daniels played out of his mind. And I think it'd be different if he was playing. I don't hate the Commanders the same way that I hated the Niners or that I hate the Packers or Vikings. Like, I don't really feel anything for that team. So even though I'm like, yeah, the Lions like beat them because they beat you in the divisional round, I'm still in retrospect more mad at the way the Lions played in that playoff game than I am the Commanders for beating them. So, oh well. Good for Deebo Samuel, by the way, getting that touchdown. He's been pretty quiet all day. They've only used him inside the 10-yard line on those little push passes, and then that touchdown. But 3 catches. I think he has like 3 catches for 7 yards or something right now. Actually, let's find out. If only I had a way to access this information. 3 catches for 10 yards and a touchdown. What a hilarious stat line. That kick is going to be squibbed down at the 12, and Vaki is going to get blown up inside his own 20. Great kickoff by the Commanders. And the Lions will start at about their own 17 or 18. I like that. Jared Goff for president. And then there's this random fan with sparkling blue boots, I guess. Cool. It's bizarre. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Goff back out there. Monty in the backfield. Brock Wright at tight end, which means they're running the ball. Takes the snap, gives it to Montgomery. Off the right edge, Montgomery dives back inside. He will pick up 3. About 3. I'd like to see more runs under center for Montgomery, like more wham and trap and some outside zone, but wow, Dominic Lovett standing behind Dan Campbell looks so disinterested in what's happening. He's like just completely blank stare. He's off in his own world. 2nd and 7, Goff under center, Montgomery the back once again. And it's a play action. Going to dump it off. Jameson Williams with room to run. Williams over the 30. Williams over the 40. Williams over midfield. Williams down to about the Commanders' 40. Jameson Williams having himself a day. Another shallow crossing route. How long have I been begging for this, man? Thank you. See how effective it is? Because no one can keep up with him. So you get JMO in man coverage on a drag route. That's a free 20 yards at least. Big gain for Williams. Williams over 100 yards today. 5 for 102 and 1. Goff from the Commanders 38 under center. Gives it to Montgomery off the right edge. Montgomery, great blocking up front. He's going to pick up 9 on that carry. Amazing run blocking there. Amazing push from the O-line. When the Lions have been lining up under center, the Commanders just cannot man up to them. They cannot stand up with them. Like when the Lions have been like, we're running the ball, they've run it effectively, man. They can't do anything to stop this offense in general. Like, this Commanders defense sucks, dude. 2nd and 1 from the 29. Goff. Montgomery the back. Gibbs is in the game. Fake it to Montgomery. Goff. Just didn't like what he saw. Throws it essentially away. Technically goes down as a target for Gibbs, but he was covered. 3rd and 1 now. I would like Gibbs to get more involved, but you know what? Whatever. You're up by so much. Save him. 3rd and 1. I mean, dude, 3rd and 1, just give it to Montgomery. Just hammer it up the middle. Dare them to stop you. Jumbo set for the Lions. Goff. It is a play action. Goff over the middle. Williams again inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 12 or the 11. Jameson Williams. His best game of the season by far. By far. Oh my lord, I'm in love with the way they're using JMO in this second half. We got 7 of you in here. Feel free to hit like and subscribe, folks. And come hang out in the chat. But leave a like for Jameson Williams, man. Leave a like for JMO. Another 53 yards for JMO on this drive. He's got like 115, 120 yards in this game so far. Elite. Goff under center. Gibbs the back now. Oh, we're going to give Gibbs a hat trick. St. Brown in motion. Goff takes the snap. Gives it to Gibbs up the left side. Gibbs makes a man miss. The Commanders, much better defense there. Still a gain of 2, but the Commanders did a good job penetrating off the left side. I will say, the run off the right side versus left, the splits have been pretty crazy. When the Lions have run off the right side, the push they're getting is insane. When they're running off the left, it kind of depends. When they have the sweeping action and Ratledge and Sewell are able to help out, it's been a lot better. But in general, the run off the left side's been decent. Off the right side, it's been unstoppable. Goff under center once again. Man in motion is Laporta. Takes the snap. Gives it to Gibbs. Off the right side. Cuts it back. Gibbs, too much. Doing too much. You're doing too much. He's going to get stopped for no gain. It brings up 3rd down and 8 as we are approaching the 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. I'd love another touchdown here. However, I am greedy. I am quite greedy. Inside of 3 to go, 2:50 to go in the 3rd quarter, 2:49, 2:48. Goff in shotgun, Gibbs motioning into the backfield. He'll be lined up to Goff's right. Commanders showing blitz. The Commanders send a blitz. It's picked up. Goff, now he's running out of time, and he'll throw it away. And the Lions will kick a field goal to go up 35-16. So another good-looking drive for the Lions. Just runs out of steam in the red zone. Good pressure by Von Miller. Sewell kind of picked up a different guy. If Ratledge does a better job on his man, Sewell's able to defend against Miller a little bit better. Alas, the Lions, 28-yard attempt for Jake Bates. All right, Bates, nice and easy. Snap is down. Hold is good. Kick is, whoa. Kick is good. That was not a good-looking kick, though. Holy. That thing was like 1 yard off the ground, and it just skirted in. Bates did not get a good kick on that. It's good. It's good. But not good-looking. All right. So the Lions up 35-16. The game is well in hand, but 5th time in JMO's career that he's over 100 yards. I'm sorry, there's a Waymo mobile. There's a Waymo mobile? Oh, man. Oh, man. That is quite the development. So JMO up to 119 on the game. Lions leading receiver. He's got 7 targets, tied with St. Brown for the most. I did think the Lions would run the ball more. They really haven't. They're running they're running a normal amount. I guess we have an entire fourth quarter to get to, but so far, super good game for JMO. He's approaching the 500-yard mark. If JMO gets one more good catch, he'll be over 500 yards on the season. Not ideal, but we can salvage this. We can salvage this. If the Lions are going to use him like this every game, oh, dude, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be spectacular. Something about Campbell calling the plays. Jameson Williams has more catches in the third quarter today than he's had of 7 of the 8 games so far. Wee. Wow. In games where Scott Novak is a referee, the Lions have had 18 straight drives that have either ended in points or victory kneel-down formations. That's a bizarre stat. I mean, to be fair, there's been not a ton of penalties in this game. So essentially, when they let the Lions offense just play, yeah, they do good. Bates getting set to kick this one away. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. The kick is away. That'll be fielded at the goal line, just inside the end zone. It's going to be returned, though, up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 21. Great play by Arthur Mollett, and that was a horrible decision by the return man. That's a 14-yard swing. You could have had it at the 35, and you bring it out, and you get tackled at the 21. That's the gift and the curse of being a return man, right? You always want to return it, always want to make the play, but it doesn't really happen as often as you would like. All right. All right, 1st and 10 for Mariota in the gun, back to his left. They're gonna have to start slinging the rock here. Play action, under pressure. He's gonna get hit. He's going down. I think Branch might have been in there. Roy Lopez was in there for sure, and that is a sack for the Lions. I'm gonna see a replay here. Yeah, Branch was in there working on the tight end. Branch hit a spin move. Rushing the Branch as a pass rusher. Hey, remember when Melifonwu blacked out and had a bunch of sacks from that safety spot? The safety blitz is working again. Inside of 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 16. They still are going to have to try to pass the ball. Mariota in the gun. Back to his left. Takes the snap. Looking. Throwing left. It is caught. Zach Ertz climbs the ladder. That'll be a gain of about 13 and bring up 3rd and 3. Nice throw by Mariota. Nice, better catch by Ertz. The veteran tight end. Yeah, he had to climb the ladder. Like, that was reached up to the heavens to grab that one. 3rd and 3. Lions showing blitz. Mariota. Waiting. Man in motion is Ertz. Takes the snap. Lions back off over the middle. It's incomplete. What a play. Is that Mollett? Arthur Mollett gets a hand on it in coverage against Deebo Samuel there. That is spectacular, dude. That is spectacular. What a play by Mollett. And that's a 3 and out for the Commanders. Do you bother going for it? Down 19. Inside the 30. You would be conceding a field goal if you don't get it. Watch the fake. They're lining up to punt with a minute to go in this third quarter. Very quick drive for the Lions defense. And the punt is away. All right. Raymond back to return. He's going to lose yardage again. 2nd time today that Raymond has lost yards on the punt return trying to go sideways, but he ends up trending backwards too much. Regardless, the Lions offense will take the field once again, inside their own 20 at about their own 15 or thereabouts. So we'll see what they're able to do with that. So 1st and 10, 53 seconds to go in this third quarter. Lions offense getting set to, or they are on the field. They're getting set to start this drive off. Goff under center. Gibbs is the back. Brock Wright in. They've utilized Brock Wright a lot today. Goff. Man in motion is Raymond. Handoff is to Gibbs off the left side. Gibbs. Decent blocking, but unable to navigate it. He's going to gain 2 yards there. We'll have one more play left in this third quarter before we get to the final frame. I will say, so far, second half, been mostly relaxing. So thank you, Lions, for that. Thank you indeed. Second and 8, 20 seconds to go. Goff under center, Gibbs the back. Man in motion is St. Brown. Goff takes the snap. He's going to fake it to Gibbs. Looking right side. St. Brown wide open. Makes a man miss over the 30 to the 33 as the rain is coming down in Washington. And the third quarter comes to an end. The Lions running over the Commanders here. It has not been close. Pretty much all game, it's not been close. I was hoping this would be the case. I was indeed hoping. As we turn over to our fourth and final quarter. Stress-free game so far, boys. Stress-free. That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. Just a nice, determined, calculated. Okay, maybe not calculated, but nice, determined effort by the Lions front. The offensive line especially clearly has had something to say. And they've been playing great. We got 5 of you in here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, folks, and come hang out in the chat if you feel so inclined. If not, it's okay. I'm just happy to have you here regardless. The Commanders are 1 for 7 on third down today. Yikes. The Lions, meanwhile, up to 26 first downs through 3 quarters. 5 and 9 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down. Up to 450 total yards. If the Lions go the length of the field on this drive, they'll cross 500 total yards. They'll also cross 40 points if they get in the end zone. Commanders are at 200 yards, 199. 1 for 7 on third down. They are 2 for 2 on fourth down, so give them credit for that. 2 sacks in the game. Did they give that as a full sack for Branch? No, they gave Lopez half a sack. Good for him. Roy Lopez, is that his first half sack as a Lion? And Brian Branch, I know he's had sacks before. And he had a sack this season already. So Branch is up to 2.5 sacks. Career high. That is yeah. He had 3 sacks in his career coming into today, and now he's added an extra 1.5. Jared Goff has produced his 44th career 300-yard game that ties Dan Marino and Drew Brees for the 3rd most 300-yard games any QB has had through 10 seasons. Again, a little bit of a super niche stat by Lions PR there, but regardless, good for Goff. Lions have put up double-digit points in every quarter so far. The rain is coming down here in Washington, but Lions faithful out in droves. Like to see the ponchos, the clear ponchos. And this fourth quarter, in any weather game, I would trust the Lions offensive line for the most part, especially against Washington. The Lions are just going to bulldoze them. Start this drive, or this fourth quarter, Gibbs going to take the snap. He's going to run off the left side. He is going to pick up 5 yards there. And we're going to keep the clock moving. That's the goal for this fourth quarter. Don't let the clock stop. Gibbs has had a very good game. Couple of touchdowns. Some nice runs. Couple of explosive runs. That's been what's missing from the run game, right? Is the run game has mostly been all right, but it hasn't been explosive enough this season. Starting to see that more in this game. 2nd and 5, Goff gives it to Raymond off the edge. Raymond makes a man miss. He's going to pick up a first down and more. That is going to be a gain of about 10 for Khalif Raymond, who nearly got blown up in the backfield, but was able to spin out of it. He looks a little hobbled. His jersey is ripped. They're going to keep bringing up the fact that Gibbs only had 28 yards last week. We get it. We get it. Relax. Check back on Christmas. Oh, man. Raymond, what is happening here? He is hopping off in a very awkward way. Anyways, 1st and 10 from the Lions 49. Gibbs is still the back. Play action. Goff dumps it off to Laporta in the flat. Laporta, he's going to try to make people miss. He's going to keep running through contact. He picks up 9. Great play by Sam Laporta. Great effort and hustle there. Coming across the formation on the play action, just leaks out in the flat. And Laporta's so good after the catch. Makes Quan Martin miss and just keeps his legs moving. Couple of DBs. It's hard to bring him down, man. Hard to bring him down. 5 for 53 in this game for Laporta. 2nd and 2, so they gave him 8 yards on that. Goff in shotgun. Gibbs lined up to his right. The give is going to be a toss off the right side to Gibbs. Gibbs with room. Gibbs explodes inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 10. He is gone. Jahmyr Gibbs completes the hat trick. 3rd touchdown of the day for Gibbs. Unreal. 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 Unbelievable, this guy. You give him an inch and he takes everything. Everything. Nice little pin and pull technique by the Lions. Sewell out blocking, and is that Igbenogany? He just had no idea how to navigate around Sewell. Quan Martin can't find the edge. And the Lions have a 40 bomb. They're over 500 total yards in this one. Spectacular. Okay, Bates. Really? I was gonna let it slide last kick when you had one that was really sketchy looking. That can't happen. It's a blocked PAT. The Lions lead 41-16. Bates has got to get his kicks elevated, man. 3 kicks in the last 2 weeks. Regardless, spectacular by the Lions. Gibbs up to 143 on the day, on the ground. 173 total. The Lions, 198 rushing yards. We're so close. We're so close. I want the 200 yards. We're going to get it next drive. And that's 500 total yards of offense, 517, 28 first downs for the Lions. Yeah, man, it's been spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. There's not much else to say, man. Like, it's just incredible how good Gibbs is. Incredible. Very reminiscent of his run versus the 49ers in week 17, the last revenge game the Lions had, where he just takes off, man. How long of a run was that? I didn't even see the exact yardage. It was 44. 44 yards. That'll do. That will certainly do. Gibbs on the season is was averaging 4.9 coming into the game. He's up to just under 700. He's over 200 receiving. So Gibbs is almost at, good grief. He's almost at 1,000 total yards now. He's probably going to put up another 1,700 total yards. And he's got 3 more touchdowns. He's up to 10 total on the season in 9 games. This guy's unreal. I was looking at this earlier. So Gibbs now has 41 touchdowns. He's in 7th place in Lions history. St. Brown has one today, so he's tied Dutch Clark for 5th. So St. Brown with one more will enter the top 5. Gibbs is only one behind him. Jahmyr Gibbs now has 41 total touchdowns in 41 career games. Unreal. As the kick is away from Bates, that'll be fielded at the 3. Return to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Good hit there. It'll be tackled at the 19 or 29. There is a flag down, however, which means that's probably going to be a holding. That'll take them 10 yards back. Yep, holding on the Commanders. First and 10 for the Commanders. So from the 19-yard line, let's get a Hutchinson sack. Let's stat pad a little bit. Mariota. Oh, they're going to run it with Bill. Oh, no, Mariota's going to keep it. And he's going to have a decent little run there. 3 or 4? 3 or 4 yards? Certainly does seem... there's some chatter online about what the Campbell taking over play calling means for Johnny Morton. Certainly feels similar to Anthony Lynn and that whole situation. I mean, it's exactly what happened, so we'll see what happens with that. Mariota in the gun. It was a gain of 3 on first down. 2nd and 7. He's going to take the snap. Mariota under pressure, rolls out to his right, throws it downfield, and oh, what a catch. Zach Ertz. Man, for as bad as this game has gone for the Commanders, Zach Ertz has been playing very well, mossing Thomas Harper, despite the fact that Harper deflected the ball. Ertz had to catch the PBU, essentially. Great catch by Ertz. Respect. I mean, hey, credit where credit is due. Come on, Hutch. Come on. And that'll be some laundry down for a false start. I mean, yeah, I thought Mariota was going to throw that away. QB hit for Hutch. I would like to see Hutchinson get a sack, get him up to 8 on the year, but I'm not that picky. It's fine. I mean, it's going to be fascinating to see how this defensive line and this defensive front performs against the Eagles next week and their vaunted offensive line. As Mariota's going to hand the ball off on 1st and 10 to McNichols. He's going to pick up 6, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The Lions have set a season high of 517 yards of offense. 645 was the high last year in the Jaguars game, which was insane. That's not happening, but the Lions can absolutely get 550. They'll get 200 rushing yards. They got over 40, which is what I wanted. 2nd and 9, Mariota in the gun. Throws it, quick throw to Ertz. He's going to lower the shoulder. He's going to fall forward. Good tackle by Brian Branch. That'll bring up 3rd and about 5. 3rd and 4, maybe 5. And Branch is a little shaken up on the play. Just check out. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Branch is Branch is hobbled. He's running off. Avonte Maddox can come in. Yeah, no need to push yourself. It's a blowout. Branch can rest. Third and 5 for the Commanders here, as Branch is going to get looked at by the trainers. 10:21 still to go in this fourth quarter. It's going to go by relatively quick because it's not like the Commanders are going to want to stop the clock, and the Lions, obviously, just want to get out of here at this point. Mariota in the gun, takes the snap. He's going to throw right side. It is incomplete. Rock Yassin with a fantastic PBU on that play. I think that was Robbie Anderson they were targeting. And it'll bring up fourth down for the Commanders. Obviously, they will go for it because they have to. But great play by Yassin, filling in for Terrion Arnold on the outside. Yeah, they're going for Robbie Anderson there. Tries to make a one-handed catch, and the punch-out by Rock was so good. A little bit of contact, but don't worry about it. Mariota in the gun, 4th and 5. Ertz in motion. Takes the snap. Looking left, throwing left. It is... Oh, it's caught. Oh. Mariota drops it in the bucket to Deebo Samuel. Oh, my. What a catch by Deebo over Arthur Mollett. Spectacular catch. Oh, my goodness. That was incredible. I can't even hate. That was incredible. $20-yard catch for Deebo there. What's happening? Did the Lions just challenge? Dan. Detroit is challenging. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. I mean, he has it. He's bobbling it. I don't think that was much of a... I don't think that was a very good challenge, but we'll see. We shall see. Gibbs just dropped 40 on me in one of my leagues because we have bonuses for 40-plus yard touchdowns. Gibbs is destroying me. But that's okay. Because I'm destroying pretty much everything else in sight. We shall see. As if this challenge succeeds, the Lions take over, and this game is definitely over. Even if it doesn't, let's be honest. Look at the score. You guys see it. By the way, what do you guys think of the new scoreboard? I spent some time in the lab, working on it this week. I think it's a lot better than what we had before, hey? Wouldn't you say? A little bit more, I don't know. It gets the job. It's still fairly basic, but it's at least not quite as ugly to look at. Jahmyr Gibbs is the third running back in franchise history to produce multiple 3-touchdown games, joining Barry Sanders and Tommy Vardell. Barry did it 7 times. He's also the 13th player in NFL history to produce multiple games with 170 scrimmage yards, 2 rushing TDs, and 1 receiving TD. Again, super ESPN stat, but... Oh boy, the conversation about the offense is gonna be insane this week. So the Lions with this win Stands is called. So the Lions are going to lose their challenge and their timeout. They succeeded on a challenge earlier. They lose a timeout. Oh well. Good catch by Debo. So down to the 24 now. Mariota in the gun. Back to his left. Takes the snap. They are going to hand off. Running off the right side. Gain of 2. For Bill. For Bill Krosky. Not much doing there. Lions are almost double the Commanders' total yards. Or they are over double the Commanders' total yards right now. 2nd and 8. Mariota takes the snap. Over the middle. Caught by Jeremy McNichols. That is going to bring up 3rd down and 3. I mean, honestly, the defense has been fine. I wouldn't say they've wowed me. They've got a couple of sacks. They've forced a couple of 3-and-outs. They've allowed less than 300 yards and probably will. Maybe some garbage time will get them over, but the Commanders will be in the 20-point range if they score a touchdown here. 3rd and 3, takes the snap. They do run the ball with McNichol off the left side. 1st down and more, inside the 10, down to the 9. So they're going to allow about 22 to 24 points. And that's fine. I don't really, we kind of have to grade on a curve here because I don't care that the defense is giving up yards because the offense has put up 41. So, doesn't really matter. That being said, would like to see more explosives from the defense, more TFLs, more action around the line. It feels like the defensive line has not had a great game. As they're going to run it off the left side again with McNichols. And he's going to get inside the 5. Down to the 4. Like, it feels like their running backs just are getting through the line too cleanly. There's only been like 1 or 2 plays that they've been stuffed at or around the line of scrimmage. It's just not enough. So against the Eagles next week, I'm worried. There's going to be a lot of strain put on the linebackers. And they can handle it because the linebackers are very good, but going to need some guys. I have not seen enough Tylee Williams today, by the way. Mariota in there. Takes the snap. Keeps it. He's going to dump it off in the flat. Touchdown, Commanders. Is that Ben Sinnott? Or Senate? Whatever his name is. He does the little Trump dance. So touchdown, Commanders. They are going to go for 2 once again. Nice play by the Commanders. I mean, they ran the ball a couple of times, and then Mariota keeps. And obviously, Aiden Hutchinson is not covering anyone. I don't know where the linebacker or safety or who. I don't know who was supposed to cover him. I think it was either Maddox or Yassine. 2-point attempt coming up. 6:57 left in the 4th quarter, by the way. Fake it to Bill. Mariota, under pressure, running for his life. Really running for his life. Anzalone brings him down. Good tackle by Anzalone. Good pursuit. So the Lions get another 2-point attempt. Stop. Denied. 2-pointer denied. Never mind, there was a flag apparently. The Fox broadcast conveniently did not want to show us what happened, but they are going to get another attempt. I don't know what happened on that play. All it said was half the distance. So, is what it is. 2-point conversion attempt number 2. Let's see if the Lions can get another stop. This time from the 1-yard line, though, so the run game is a lot more in play. Mariota takes it. They do hand it to Bill up the middle, and he does not get there. Oh, what a play by Jack Campbell. Oh, my Lord, Jack Campbell. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bill got through the line pretty easily. It was one-on-one in the hole, and he kept him out of the end zone. That is a spectacular play by Jack Campbell. That's a great play. Goff has his hat on. It seems like his day is done. Is Kyle Allen coming into the game? All right, the backups are in, boys. Give me some Sione Vaki carries, please. Yeah, Gibbs' day is done. Yeah, we're good. All I want is I would love 2 more rushing yards so that we can get the 200-yard check mark. Not that they give you a check mark, but like my mental check mark. So is what it is. We'll see this kickoff here. They're going to onside kick this, as you would expect, down 19. And the Lions easily get that. And so they'll start this drive from the 45. CC checking into the chat saying nice scoreboard. Did not see the Vikings game. Don't tell me anything about it. Okay, I won't. And thank you. I spent a little bit of time this week. Got some inspiration from the Madden scoreboard. I saw it. I was like, I can do that. Just a little cleaner, a little simpler. Man. So Jonathan Taylor, 280 total yards and 3 touchdowns. Achane, 225 and 2 against the Bills. Gibbs, less yards, but Oh, Montgomery is still in the game. Jameson Williams is still in the game. Okay. Allen gives it to Montgomery. He's going to pick up the 2 yards and more. Montgomery inside the 40. He gets tripped up. Montgomery almost took that. That would have been crazy. I would have laughed so hard if Montgomery broke one. That's 8 yards, though. The Lions are over 200 rush yards, and Jared Goff has been sacked 0 times. Did I just say zacked? Ignore me. I was trying to say 0 times at the same time as I said sacks, and I said my name instead. 2nd and 2. Kyle Allen under center. Takes a snap, gives to Montgomery off the right side. Great blocking again. Yeah, that's nice. I cede to the records and side timeouts. Well, I always had the timeouts. They're a little bit bigger than they used to be. The timeouts are always there. But yeah, put the records, just nice and simple. Inside of 6 minutes to go, has Montgomery got the first down. Seventh game since 2022 that the Lions have had 500 plus total yards. Next closest, Miami and Baltimore with 4. Wowza. Allen under center. Montgomery the back again. Tesla in motion. They fake it to Montgomery. Dump it off to Ross. All right, guys. Are we really calling pass plays to Ross Dwelly? Oh. I've been yapping too. All right, 2nd and 10. 5:25 to go. Don't complicate this, guys. Just run the ball. Run the football. If you happen to score a touchdown, you score a touchdown. You honestly don't need Monty in the game right now. I would give this to Craig Reynolds, but if you want to let Montgomery run wild, sure. Pad his stats a bit. Tristan Colin and Dan Skipper in the game. Allen takes the snap, gives it to Montgomery off the right side, cuts back up the middle. He's going to gain 1. Yeah, backup offensive line. Also, damn, what a game last Sunday. Watched on replay, and it was... No. We are not bringing up that game. No. Bad. as the Fox broadcast showing replays of the Gibbs touchdowns. Oh, man. What a game from Gibbs. What a game from this run game. But Gibbs especially. The Lions they were 9th in the NFL coming in with 125 on the ground per game. 213 so far today. Allen, 3rd and 9, takes the snap. Looking, throws it over the middle. Oh, J-Mo! I don't know why he's still in the game, but Jameson Williams with the drop. Ah. Oh, well. Jake Bates. Okay. Bates is going to come out for a field goal. For the love of God, Jake Bates, can we get some air on this kick? Air on the kick, please. This is going to be a 48-yard attempt for Bates. Get it up in the air, please. Bates, there you go. See what happens when you lift the ball instead of kicking it straight into the defensive line? My Lord, man. So 44-22, the Lions doubling up the Commanders so far in this one, as they are going to cruise to a, quite frankly, easy victory. They are going... For the next 3 minutes, I hope the Bears enjoy being second in the NFC North. The Lions will pass them because they have the tiebreaker. The Vikings are going to be 2 games back of everyone else for third. And the Lions, if the Packers lose tomorrow, the Lions will be first in the division. Damn it. Yeah, I'm not mad, Ben. I'm just teasing. I'm just joking. 4:34 to go. Bates is going to... There's still 4 minutes to go in this game, my lord. So the Lions... I actually want to see this, because I was looking at this earlier. Up to 29 first downs. I was hoping for more. 532 total yards, though. This kick is returned up to the 20, up to the 25, and that'll be stopped at the 27. So 4:28 to go. I imagine most of the starters are going to come out. Maybe Tyleek can stay in. 40-plus scrimmage touchdowns before turning 24. Gibbs joining some elite company. Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith, Randy Moss, and Barry Sanders. That's crazy. That's crazy. Gibbs' touchdown production has been otherworldly, especially considering he didn't have one for his first, 7 games. As there's a different QB in the game. Is that Josh Johnson? Oh, man, we are deep in the bullpen. Deep in the bullpen. As we are going to be inside of 4 minutes to go here. The Commanders just want to get out of here. I'm very grateful that they did not stay as chippy as they were in the first half, because that was really stupid. Again, Daron Payne ejected from this game in the first half, in the first quarter, after punching Amon-Ra for no reason. Javon Kinlaw had some unsportsmanlike conducts. It was a weird game. Handoff. Oh, now the run defense shows up when the backups are... Well, I guess the starting linebackers are in. Campbell, Barnes, and Anzalone are still there. But when the backup defensive line is in, now the run defense is stout. Although Roy Lopez and Tyleek Williams are very good. I will say, Tyleek Williams might be a better run defender than McNeil. At least at this point, because he's heavier. And he does a better job of just standing still and not being moved, and allowing the linebackers to flow to the ball, whereas McNeil attacks a lot more, so he can get caught being too aggressive, similar to Hutchinson. Roy Lopez also been good. 3rd and 5 now. Inside of 3 minutes to go, and Johnson falls down. Lopez going to get a TFL there. Oh, boy. That's pretty symbolic of the Commanders' day. Woof. 4th and 8. Are they going to punt it, or are they going to go for it? So inside of 2:30 to go, approaching the 2-minute warning, the Commanders will punt down 22. I appreciate that. Don't do anything stupid. Let's just get out of here. Fair catch called for by Dominic Lovett, who fields a punt. Good for him to get a touch. I commented on how disengaged he looked on the sideline earlier. He was just staring blankly into the distance. As we're approaching the 2-minute warning, the Lions technically need one first down to win this game. And if and when they get it, they will kneel this thing out and win 44-22. Even if they don't, they're going to punt away the Commander. The game's over. The game's over. Why is Montgomery and why is JMO still in the game? Guys, relax. Relax. We're going to get one more David Montgomery, or probably a couple more David Montgomery carries, but Allen under center takes the snap, gives it to Montgomery off the left side. Montgomery into the crowd, picks up 3 yards. Tesla is tripping up over everything happening. And we get to the 2-minute warning. You honestly shouldn't even go to a commercial break here if you're the NFL. Like, don't even bother. So, yeah. Overall, efficient, clean, exactly what I was hoping to see from this Lions offense today. And like I said, the defense was fine. They weren't good, they weren't bad. They were perfectly in line with expectation, considering the strength or lack thereof of their opponent. So, yeah. Lions they do exact their revenge for the divisional round in a way, although still doesn't feel the same as when if Jayden Daniels had played. If they did this when Jayden Daniels was playing, that would feel good. Because Jayden Daniels was superhuman in that game last year, so yeah. But as always, we are going to have a post-game coming out later tonight. Might be a little bit later than it normally would, because I've got some other commitments that I've got to deal with, but it'll be out at some point tonight. I'll post some clips from the stream of the Lions going crazy, Jahmyr Gibbs going crazy. And then we'll be back later in the week with a preview of the Eagles game. Yeah. Just back in the routine. It's much better when they win. So the Lions will move to 6-3, as I said. All eyes on that Packers and Eagles matchup tomorrow night, because if the Eagles win, I believe the Lions will be first in the NFC North, even though it might be temporary because the Packers then get an easy matchup next week and the Lions have to play those Eagles, but you never know. You never know, do ya? Longest 2-minute warning of my life, man. I'm just waiting for this game to end. Here we go. Montgomery and JMO are still in the game. You put in every backup, but you keep... Like, you've got other running backs. Put Vaki in the game. And put a different... Well, I don't think you have the receivers to run anyone else. So that's fair. JMO, if you want to run 3... But just run 2 tight ends. Run Ross, Dwelly, and Brock Wright. I don't know. 2nd and 8. Lions technically need a first down, so Allen will give it to Montgomery. He'll bounce it up the middle. Montgomery lowering the shoulder. He will get that first down, which will end the game. The Lions will take 2 kneel downs, but I'm going to preemptively put up the final there as this game is over. So the Detroit Lions, 44-22, they win over the Washington Commanders in this one. Yeah, not much to say, man. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. They are not kneeling it. Why aren't they kneeling it? Vaki's in the game now. Are they really going to give Vaki a carry? Okay. This just seems... this is gluttony. at this point, running an extra 4 yards. One more rush here that the Lions will presumably just kneel down. I don't know why you wouldn't. But we're just stat patting at this point. There it is. Kyle Allen will kneel down. And this ball game is over. In the words of the great Dan Miller, job well done, job better done on this day by the Detroit Lions, who move to 6-3, get back in the win column. The Lions, after a loss, remain one of the most unstoppable forces in the entire league. A very clean effort by the Lions. And we will have lots to talk about with Dan Campbell taking over the play calling, with all kinds of stuff, with the offensive performance in general. Regardless, though, that is going to be it for this stream. So to everyone that is still watching, that has made it this far, thank you so much for being here with me this evening to watch Lions Commanders. I hope to see you guys in the future. Again, I'll have a post game coming out later today. I'll have videos later in the week, and I'm live for every single Lions game. So make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on so that you don't miss another stream, because it's a lot of fun to do this with you guys, and I enjoy it a lot, and I hope you guys do too. So thank you everyone for the support. Thank you so much for, we got over 600 subscribers now. We've had a great push as of late, and I'm looking forward to spending some more time with you guys over the next several weeks of the NFL season as well. So take care, everyone. Have a good night. Cheers.